That's a better.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are live. You are on the Arsenal 101 live match stream for Arsenal versus Bournemouth AFC in the English Premier League, live from the Emirates Stadium, Ashburton Grove. Give it its full title. How are you, Gary?
I am fine, thank you, sir. Yourself?
I'm very well. Always a pleasure to be with you, my trusted sidekick.
Yeah, the A-team back in the house.
So the two teams are lined up on the line at the moment. It's looking resplendent. London is awash with sunshine today. It's a beautiful day. I'm definitely looking forward to some afternoon activity. I'm glad we got an early kickoff, to be honest, because it means we get the rest of the day to do some nice stuff.
Yep.
Got anything planned, Gal?
No, not at the moment, mate. I had football this morning with the little one. Hopefully Arsenal fare a bit better than they did today. But no, looking forward to the game. 3 games to go, and we're still in the mix. And you know, if you were to give us that at the beginning of the season, we would have bit your hands off, wouldn't we? You know, there's been no last minute collapse. You know,
Yeah.
so let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Absolutely, 100% agree with that. And Gary, what do you think of the starting lineup? It's no change.
Picked
Everything
itself.
as expected.
Picked itself.
Yeah.
You know, Partey's there. He's fit. He plays.
Yeah.
Martinelli hasn't done enough to get in front of Trossard. Havertz continues in the 9. Yeah, it just picks itself. It's simple now for him, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we do need a performance from Leandro Trossard. He did seem to drop off a little bit last week, but you're absolutely right. Martinelli, when he has had his opportunities, to me, hasn't shown enough. If there's a position on the pitch right now that you think there's a slight weakness, that'd be it. Everywhere else, I feel like we've got world beaters.
Yeah, I mean, when you get dropped from the team, when you do get onto the pitch, it's up to you to show the manager why he shouldn't have left you out. And Martinelli just hasn't done that. You know, hasn't come on. It hasn't looked like anything really this season. It's been a big, massive drop off from him.
Yeah. Cool. Give me a shout when you kick off. The substitute bench, as good as it can get. The only player whose name we were expecting potentially to be there was Jurrien Timber, who we now know is fully fit. The manager's decided not to quite yet bring him in. And I agree with that.
I think this was the perfect game for him, to be honest.
I think, you know what? Let's leave him out for the season. If there's nothing to play for
I'm underway, Tone. I'm underway now.
Okay, mate. Nice one.
Let's hope we start better against Bournemouth than we did in the last couple of games.
Last year was a howler.
And an early free kick. Silly foul by Saka. Free kick in a dangerous position for Bournemouth. Wide out on the Arsenal right-hand side. Silly foul. Never got back goal side. Lazy tackle. Brings Kluivert down.
Yeah.
And dangerous free kick. Not the start that they necessarily want, to be honest.
Yeah. Bournemouth certainly have got an aerial threat in Dominic Solanke. Not sure which other big threats they have, but of course,
free kick comes in and it's headed out by Gabriel. And interestingly, Gabriel heads the ball out and he's turning around and shouting and not really paying attention to where the ball went. Did you see that? He's turning around and having a go, but he's not paying attention to try and get the ball. Oh, good long throw, Ben White. Kai Havertz is in behind. Oh, that ball's never on Odegaard. Unlucky. We go again. Goal kick, Bournemouth.
Okay. Good run from Havertz into that area.
Yeah, the ball Odegaard tried. The ball Odegaard tried to play was never on.
Yeah. I could see it being on. It just needed a lighter touch.
I think Saka was too close to him.
Yeah. But You know, I like that 9 play from Havertz. You know, he goes behind the line, he makes a quick run into a space, and then he delivers the perfect ball into the feet of Odegaard. You know, you can't ask for better play from your 9 than what he just did.
Yeah. As a striker, you should run the channels.
Yeah.
Ian Wright was forever running channels.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't just not just there to be the focal point. You've got to make these runs down the line for that ball from the fullback. You know, that's what successful and good strikers do.
Yeah. Excuse me.
That's off.
So you went along to see our under-21s last night.
Yes, I did. And I was very, very impressed. Tony, very, very impressed.
Different story to the game previously against Tottenham, which ended up in a draw. This one was an annihilation by all.
Well, the Tottenham game was actually a good game. I mean, it ended up in a draw, but we actually battered, and Tottenham won the league, right? Tottenham won the under-21 league. Well, they finished top of the under-21 league, but we actually battered them. Went 1-0 down against the runner play, and we actually battered them and fully deserved the 1-1 draw. And then we got spanked by Villa 5-3, which was quite a poor performance. He tried to play Miles Lewis-Scully at left back, and it didn't work. But last night, they was just rampant last night. You know, it was an annihilation from start to finish. Got a bit sloppy halfway through the second half and allowed United to score from a free kick. I think the keeper should have done a bit better, but went back down the other end and then scored again.
Arsenal with a lot of possession at the moment. A lot of passes outside the box of Bournemouth, trying to open up. Bournemouth defending well, but can't get it outside of their own third. Arsenal just consistently just have got the numbers up. You know, Gabriel's right up there. It's the it's the 2 at the back, and then all the other players are literally camped in the Bournemouth third. A low block from Bournemouth. 5 in a line at the back.
Yeah, you know how Bournemouth are going to play the game anyway. It's up to us to score a nice early goal.
You have to know that's got to be a tactic for teams that they come to the Emirates. They know they're going to be under the cosh. Arsenal's superb at keeping retention of the ball, finding opportunities. So you've got to be very, very disciplined in your defensive shape.
Well done, Tomiyasu. Stood his ground well there, Tomiyasu. Oh, well played, Kai Havertz. Go on, Arsenal, 4 against 3. Use it, Trossard. Trossard's the ball. Oh, what have you done, man? Oh, corner Arsenal. The ball was to Trossard on the left, and he'd come back across to the right, played Saka. Again, Saka a little bit too close, maybe. And then he kind of fluffs the shot out of tight angle and gets a corner. But I thought the ball there was to Trossard.
Yeah. So the driving run was from Declan Rice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thought he had to play Trossard.
Yeah, he had 3 options ahead of him. So yeah, he didn't quite choose the right option there.
Corner comes in. Oh, Trossard with a complete air shot.
Oh.
But he still has it. Great footwork, Trossard. Oh, you're through. Go on, Trossard. Oh, hit it, Odegaard. Oh, what a block that is. And it's a corner. But Odegaard, what a ball that is. Split the Bournemouth defence wide open. Just slid in Trossard. I thought he should have taken on his left. He comes in and the shot's blocked. And then Odegaard, I don't know why he cut back on his right. By the time he cut back, that's what allowed the defenders to get the block in.
Absolutely. You've got that split ball there. It's a
Corner
perfect
plays
pass
short.
to go onto your left foot.
Corner using now, Odegaard. What are you doing? It's the Declan Rice. I'm not too sure what Arsenal have done here in this corner. Ain't really got nowhere, but they still have it. And the cross is to no one and headed out. Come on, Saka, take him on. Hit it! No, what are you? Oh. Lovely play by Odegaard. He slides in Ben White, who gives it to Saka on his left foot in the penalty area. He declines to shoot, cuts back onto his right, and then tries to shoot, and it's blocked. But again, the opportunity was on his left foot.
It was again. Just take the first time shot.
That's it. You don't need to do anything. It's Ben White played the perfect ball, open your body, and shoot a goal. Odegaard again slides in. Havertz this time. Odegaard's having the run of the game here.
He's absolutely showing out, isn't he?
Well played, Trossard. That's solid defending from Trossard there. Oh, again, slid in Rice this time. Rice to Saka. Come on, Saka, attack him. And now you shoot. Oh, what are you doing, mate? Again, the shot was never on. There was nowhere to shoot the ball. Odegaard, lovely to Tomiyasu now. The cross to the far post. To Havertz, edge of the box.
Knocking on the door.
Havertz with a couple of little step overs. I'll play in Ben White, lovely. Oh! And it's blocked. What play from Arsenal. Fantastic. Lovely little back heel from Havertz to White. Rolled it inside to Trossard and the shot was heading goal bound and it was blocked.
Arsenal, they scored 2 goals in 1 minute.
Who scored it?
I think Cheeto must score 1 on square.
Cheeto Martin scored again. They scored 2 in a minute to go 2-1 up against Tottenham. Under 18s. Oh, Jesus. Bad back pass from Gabriel, but lucky enough, Raya had a good starting position, or Solanke was clean through. Oh, and Partey misplaces the pass. Unbelievable. Get him off. Get him off. Get Jorginho off.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting. Most Premier League points won since the 1st of March. Arsenal on 22, Bournemouth on 20.
So good afternoon to Shay Arsenal. Big up to you. And also good afternoon, Emerson.
Saka is down. Saka is down and banging on the ground. Saka looks in trouble here. He's clutching his left shin and he's rolling around on that floor. I know the referee played an advantage there, Tony, but surely that should have... Oh, that's a red card. That's studs up on his knee. That's studs up on his knee. It's a red. That is a red card. VAR needs to look at that.
Ow!
That is a disgusting challenge.
That's horrible.
I understand how the referee plays on because he probably doesn't see that.
Yeah, exactly.
But VAR need to look, and there's a clear cut on the shin. That is a red card. High around your knee. That's a red card.
No VAR check yet.
So they're saying to the ref, he's got a clear cut on his knee, on his shin. Look at it's actually on his shin.
How does he get that cut if it's not his? That just look. You cannot.
I'm not being funny, but this is a joke, right? How does VAR not see that is a dangerous challenge? I don't care if you play for Man City, Tottenham, whoever. It doesn't matter, right? They've got to start getting a grip on these things here because that is absolutely ridiculous. VAR hasn't even looked at it.
That's a joke.
That is unbelievable.
No, that. Seething. Absolutely pointless.
That is unbelievable. And Saka's not even back on the pitch yet. So Arsenal playing with 10. I'm pretty dumbfounded, Tony, to be perfectly honest. Oh, unlucky Havertz. Oh, unlucky Tomiyasu. Declan Rice, sorry. Oh, and here come Bournemouth now. Well done, Leandro Trossard, who gets caught again from Solanke, but manages to stay on his feet and brings the ball away. Well played, Leandro. Go on, Trossard. Still going. Arsenal still playing with 10.
No, Saka's back on.
Where?
Yeah, he is. He's back on. I can see him.
I didn't see him come back on.
Yeah, he's back on. I've seen him.
So Havertz this time is fouled and he's now on the floor in agony. Let's have a look at that again. No, he slipped there. It's the same guy again, but he actually slipped.
So Shay's asked us for our predictions, Gary. I think I went 4-0 on my predictor sheet for this one.
I'd say 3 or 4-0, I suppose.
That was a great shot. Great save.
And that's the round of applause for the 14-year-old boy who was sadly killed.
Yeah.
Nice, all the players showing their respect as well on the bench.
Yeah, rest in peace, Daniel Angelin.
That's good to see. Well done, boys. Saka's in behind. Oh, and the cross, it got stuck under the defender's body and it was almost an own goal. So Arsenal have been knocking on the door for the whole 15 minutes here. 62% possession in the Bournemouth final third. And 29% in their half. So it's all Arsenal. Why didn't you just spread it, Gabriel? Aye, that ball's never on. Come on, Arsenal. Don't lose the way here. So it's back with David Raya. Odegaard in the 6. Oh, great feet, Deck. Brilliant. And Odegaard's still laying deep. Lovely play. Go on, Tommy. Go on, Tommy. Go on, Tommy. Oh, should have shot. Mind you, it was on the left side, so he's probably not going to get a shot away there. Oh, Solanke's nicked it from Gabriel. He's in on goal. Great tackle, William Saliba. Brilliant. I'm not sure if he slipped or if he was fouled by Solanke there, but he's got to play that ball back to the keeper earlier.
Saliba turned on the afterburners there.
Yeah, Gabriel wanted too much time though, Tony. The ball had to go earlier.
You know what? They save each other's because sometimes it's the other way around. When Saliba makes a mistake, Gabriel saves him. On this occasion, it's the other way around. And I know he's got to be pleased that he's got, that guy next to him.
Go on, play it. Saliba's through. Go on, Saliba! Oh, he's going inside! Oh, what save! Oh, William Saliba! Wow! The way he cut inside and then hit him with his left foot. And the keeper makes a fantastic save. What's this cut inside?
Oh, beauty. Yeah.
But you see there, he cut inside with his right, hit it with his left.
Yeah.
Now, why can't Martinelli do the same thing, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't Martinelli do the same thing?
Who did that the other day? Jurrien Timber in the reserves.
Yeah.
In the under 21, same thing. A brilliant play from William Saliba. I love that move.
9 attempts in the first 18 minutes, Tone, 2 on target.
I love that Saliba's got that far forward into that space.
Yeah, we just carried on his run. That's what you want to see, though.
Absolutely.
Thomas Saka, take him on now. Take him on. Oh, you've got to cross that, Saka. It's still on, isn't it? Still on. Corner. The keeper saved it, and he pushed it out, and it hit the corner flag. And it stayed on, and then Saka's won a corner. So that's 10 efforts in the first 19 minutes. 3 on target. So Saka with the corner. Ben White making his usual nuisance on the goalkeeper. Corner comes in. Oh! Tomiyasu off the line. Tomiyasu cleared off the line from Tomiyasu's header. So David Raya picks it up on the halfway line, plays it to Rice. I think Tomiyasu's messed up that header, to be honest with you. I don't think he's connected clean with it.
I mean, it goes on target. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it might have come off his. They're saying on TV it come off of his chest.
Okay.
Or hit him in the face or something like that. Havertz dropping in deep. Lovely feet, Odegaard. Stop it, Odegaard. Stop it. Just stop it. That's another foul. What the hell? Yes, thank you, ref. So Trossard cuts inside, gets fouled. He's on his feet. He's limping. He lays the ball off, and then he gets pushed over by another Bournemouth player. So we'll take the second free kick because it's a bit closer.
And a yellow card. Thank you very much. Is that the first yellow card, isn't it?
Yeah, first yellow card. But I think there should have been a red.
There should have been. At least a yellow. At the very least, a yellow.
I just don't get, Tony. I just don't get how VAR is a clear and obvious error, right? So a clear and obvious error means the referee's missed something and he's made the error because he obviously hasn't seen it properly, right?
Yeah.
Is that your understanding of clear and obvious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you draw his attention to it. Please look at the screen. This is what's happened. It's an over-the-top tackle. you know, help the referee out when he needs it. So Odegaard with the free kick. And it comes. Tomiyasu flicks it back. Oh, and Party into Rosette. He couldn't get that 79-year-old leg over it, Tone. Great header back by Tomiyasu. But you see there, if he just takes a touch and nudges it forward, he gets cleaned out. It's a penalty all day long. How is this game not 3 or 4-0 already?
Yeah. Arteta's face when Thomas shoots that so high, it's like, oh my God, what has he done?
Odegaard nuts in the player. Odegaard's taking the mick out of you. 96 possession, 96% possession in the last 5 minutes. Oh, great ball, Thomas. Go on, Saka. Oh, he was offside. So Bournemouth time wasting galore, taking the free kick from 10 yards from in front of where it's meant to be. Go on, Havertz, you're through. Penalty, that's a foul. Ref. Oh my God. He gave the foul against Havertz. Are you kidding? He's running through on goal, Tone. He's just stronger than the guy. That's not a foul. He's just stronger.
That. I don't get that. I'm baffled by the refereeing today.
Do you know, you can't blame someone for being stronger than someone else, right?
No, that's a shoulder.
That's just shoulder, strong arm, that's fine.
Yeah. That's a shoulder. I'll see if you don't make it's not a foul against Havertz, but it's not a foul the other way either.
Yeah, on looking back at it, I thought it's definitely not a foul the other way, but Havertz was just stronger.
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at the game yesterday with Everton against Luton, that's effectively strong. The goal by Luton, that player's just physically outmuscled Ashley Young.
Yeah, you can't legislate for that, right? Someone is stronger than someone. It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Hello, dog. You want to get on the stream? We need to score quick time.
Yeah. I mean, we're 25 minutes into the game now. We've asserted such a supremacy of domination that, it deserves a goal. We've created so many.
How have you let that bounce, Arsenal? That's handball. Arsenal break with Partey. Gives it to Deck. Come on, Havertz. Where are you, Havertz? You should be in the middle. Rice to Trossard. Oh, and it's fell to Odegaard. Should have gone down there, Odegaard. Would have been a free kick right on the edge of the area. Oh, good save from Thomas Partey. It was going in the bottom corner and the keeper gets across and makes a brilliant save.
Thomas makes up for his
He just tried to pass it in. Any sort of whip or curl on it, it was in.
Yeah.
And that was another left-footed shot, and Thomas Partey's right-footed.
Yeah. It's shooting practice, isn't it, Gal?
Well, opposite foot shooting practice at the moment.
It's
Let's hope they can
interesting because I did see Arsenal made a big thing in the week. I think it was Thursday. They did shooting practice at the training ground. They don't often show it, but they made a big thing of like, yeah, we're going into shooting practice today. Obviously, they must have known they were going to get a lot of shots today.
They should be doing that as a matter of and it's headed right off of Kai Havertz's head there. Take him on, Gabriel. Take him on, Gabriel. Go on, I dare you. I dare you. He's pulled his shirt. Thank you. And it's that Christie again. It's that Christie, and he's having the right guy at the ref. So not only is he taking out Saka, he's pulled Gabriel, stopped him from running in a dangerous area, and then he's having a pop at the ref. But that is okay, because you're not wearing an Arsenal shirt.
He should be booked for dissent there.
That's what I'm saying. So the shirt pull,
yeah,
and then dissent, but still gets away with it.
Unbelievable. Come on, Arsenal. Time to make this ascendancy count.
Terrible free kick. Absolutely shocking. Get that Saka off the pitch.
Oh, God.
Yeah, under 18s is now back to 2-2.
Oh, goodness.
And it's the 88th minute. What do you make of these rumours about Real Madrid and Bayern sniffing around that Obi Martins?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, anyone who's scoring that amount of goals at that level so young, you know, you're going to prick up the attention of the big boys. Yeah.
Well, you can sign professional forms in other countries when you're 16. Here it's 17, and he's not 17 till November.
Oh, okay.
You know, and this is off the back of the rumours yesterday that Newcastle are in advanced talks with Amario Dubry.
Okay.
So that would be a shame to see him go.
Yeah.
But I think these young boys swayed by. I mean, he's not ready for first team action yet. You can see that when you watch the under 21s.
Yeah.
Still got a fair way to go, but he's not a million miles off, shall we say?
Saka 2.0, isn't he?
Yeah.
Finally get a bit of space on there. Play the ball about. Pleased, I bet, to just not be under the cosh at the moment. So trying to retain the ball as best they can, not doing anything silly.
Yeah.
Decent little spell of passing here from Bournemouth.
So Bournemouth weathered the storm. Now starting to have a little bit of possession. What's up? What's up? Oh, Jesus Christ. Calm down, Gabriel. What the hell was that? Panic, rash defending. He almost got turned by Solanke there, and then he has the ball, and he just smashes it out of play.
What's going on?
Arteta was arguing that the throw was further back.
I don't know what that was.
They were just saying that him and that Iriola used to play in the same teams as kids,
Yeah.
the same junior team.
So, guys, if you're watching, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you're not.
Who's that, Lou? You go and find out. Go and find out. Who is it?
I have two colours on.
Because the other one fits when it's over the other one. Well played, Ben White. Go on, text the man. Too late. Well played, Tomiyasu. Deflected off Trossard, that would it?
Chicken. Oh, no.
Under 18s now 3-2 down. Arsenal seem to have lost their way a bit, Tone, in the last sort of 6-7 minutes. Come on, let's nick one before half time, Arsenal. Saliba stepping in to Odegaard to Saka. Come on, Saka, take him on, take him on, take him on. White's on the overlap. He's on his right foot, can't cross it. Oh! Now the flag's gone up. Ben White had to be offside, man, because thank God no, because Havertz made a right hash of that.
I think they're correct. Sure.
Oh my God, Declan Rice, man, come on. Jesus, man. What a knockdown by Havertz. He's just tried to hit the lever off the ball. Just place it in the net, mate. It's miles wide. No composure, man. Come on. Havertz has done brilliantly there to knock that back. Go on, Odegaard, you're through. Well played, Thomas Partey. Come on. Oh, why? Why? Why have you turned back in? Go on, Partey. Oh. Arsenal win just total control now. They've just got their little panache back. How's that a free kick? My God, how is that a free kick? If the keeper comes out and dives to punch it, there's going to be contact. You can't give a free kick for that. It's not a high foot. Jesus, that's never a free kick. How's it a free kick? Well played, Thomas Partey. Oh. What can you do with it, Havertz? No, wrong choice, man.
What is that?
Oh, my God. So it's a foul by Partey, right? But Justin Kluivert stays on his feet, plays the pass and gives it away. That's the advantage right there. You can't then call it back for a free kick. He passed the ball. He was in control of himself and he passed the ball. He effed it up.
Like a train movie.
Oh, what a ball. Go on, Havertz. Penalty! Penalty, yes. Havertz brought down in the area and the ref has awarded a penalty. The keeper saying he didn't touch him. Obviously, he's going to go to VAR. The keeper saying Havertz left his leg in. Let's have a look.
What to do?
Okay, so what they're saying is Havertz left his trailing leg on the floor after he knocks it past the keeper.
What's in the air? What do you want to do? Both in the air.
He had one foot in the air, so he can't lift his other leg off the floor until he puts the other leg down, right? That's how you run, Tone, innit? That's how you run. If you've got one leg up in the air, the other leg must be touching the floor.
Yeah.
But if you lift both legs up,
yeah,
you're going to fall flat on your face.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I right or am I right? Or am I missing something?
The point is, Gal, every player now knows you'd leave that trailing foot if the leg is out there. You have to.
But what do they want him to do? You can't lift both feet up until you put the other one down. Then you lift the other one up and then you run. That's how you run. Even when you walk, one foot must remain on the floor at all times. Why are they looking at it so? Oh my
No
God.
idea. It's simple. The keeper catches. He puts his foot right in front of Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz must go over.
He's not offside, man. He's a yard onside.
Yeah, he's way onside. VAR are just they're confusing the game unnecessarily. They're looking at things they shouldn't do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now they're going for any way now they can to try and find a way to say it's not a penalty.
It's crazy.
You know, it doesn't take 2 or 3 minutes to see that in life, right? If you're walking along the road, walking along the pavement, you must have one foot on the floor at all times. One lifts up, one goes down, one lifts up, and that's how you walk.
Apollo has said it's been given.
Yeah, it has been given. Yeah, Saka's lined it up.
Oh man, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Oh, let's score this goal now. Bukayo. Over to my roving reporter, Gary, the coach.
Eyes are closed, Tone. Eyes are closed. So Saka steps up and 1-0 Arsenal. Call as you like. Give the keeper the eyes to the right and just rolled it to the left. The keeper had already taken a step to the right and he's no step to his left. And there's no way he's getting back to it. 1-0 Arsenal, fully deserved. Should have been out of sight already.
Oh,
The keeper made it easy. He took a whole big step to his left.
yeah. Nothing less than we deserved. Bournemouth have got to come out now. I still think there's a potential change in the lineup here, though, because with so much possession, I just feel there's a need for an extra striker in there. This is the kind of game you could put Eddie Nketiah on.
Well, you know, there's been games where Eddie has been the man and he hasn't got a look in. So I don't think that's going to happen. But I understand what you're saying.
When you create so much, what you're almost looking for is a sort of what do they call it? Something in the box.
Fox.
Fox in the box. That's it.
Yeah, the old fox in the box. The Franny Jeffers type player.
Franny Jeffers, in it, yeah.
Franny Jeffers, oh my God.
Everton legend. 4 minutes of injury time. We're now.
He's run it out. Run it out, man. But what? The commentators just said that we're +8 above City, so that's pretty much secure. What's he talking about, man? They could easily go and score 5 goals in one game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Talk rubbish, man.
Their last 3 games, though, they got 3 London teams, haven't they?
Yeah, Fulham, West Ham,
Fulham, Tottenham,
and West Ham.
and West Ham, yeah.
and then put into the mix that Wolves is not going to be easy today.
Yeah. Apollo says Kai Havertz has been brilliant, and I agree.
Yeah, he's done a really good first half, Kai Havertz. He's run the channels. He got pulled down for the penalty. He could have scored a goal. He could have assisted a couple. Really excellent first half. But that's what you want from your 9. You want your 9 to be involved in everything.
I mean, the fact that he's took his time to get into, you know, the good books of many Arsenal fans, to find a pace of play. You know, the coaching for him has been superb, because these last 6 months for Kai, or last 5 months for Kai Havertz, have been superb. It just looks completely different player now. You know, he's bossing players now. So just so you know, it's gone from hugely sunny to slightly overcast. Whereas when we started the game, the pitch was bathed in sunshine. You probably noticed the sunlight isn't on the pitch anymore. That's because the clouds have turned slightly grey. Typical London. Bahamas 1 minute, and then great tackle, Saliba. And that's the half time. Where's my boy Stan? Where's my half-time reporter? I'm just going to go and grab.
Ipswich winning 1-0, Leeds are losing 2-1. Tractor Boys back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
These are all the players in the currently. Things probably not football.
While I get these ready, Gaz, if you've got any comments to make, we want to just go through a little review of the first half.
Yeah, so very pleased with the first half. Can't believe Bournemouth still have 11 players on the pitch. Ref and VAR missed a very bad challenge on Saka. But overall, Arsenal been in total dominance. Could have been 5 or 6 up at least. 4 or 5 shots blocked. 1 cleared off the line. You know, Arsenal have been in the ascendancy, and David Raya has been a spectator. Very impressed with Mr. Kai Havertz. Had an excellent game so far. Been involved in everything that Arsenal have done up front. Gets brought down for the penalty, which Saka calmly rolls into the net. So Arsenal full value for the lead at half time. It's just a shame that it's not a couple more. But I fully expect us to add to that in the second half.
Indeed.
Oh, you got me now.
Yeah, sorry about that, Nabil. So welcome to the chat, Nabil.
Nice
How
one,
you
nice,
doing, pal?
Nice one. Good. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, mate.
We're pleased with our first half performance. We should really be 3 or 4-0 up by now, but you know, it's a good start.
It's nervy, but it's nervy in a good way because, mate, they've just encamped around Bournemouth's box and they've just been and they haven't looked. Their heads haven't dipped. They haven't been snatching at chances. I think Declan Rice was unlucky with the ball sort of bounced behind him. So they have. It's nervy. Come on, mate. It's like we're really in it. I mean, City can drop a point. I mean, drop 2 points. You know, we can win the rest of our games. It's really the finish for the title race. But like you said, Gary, what I saw today has really upset me. I mean, I'm more upset with our players. I'm more upset with Odegaard. Because if you remember, I know guys like you remember, Man United used to get every decision. And the reason why they used to get every decision is because they would not let the referee get away with shit like that. Sorry about that language.
You've got to be drawing the rest attention to it. But I just don't get how VAR doesn't get involved. It just makes
humans.
Confounds me. You know,
they're humans. They bottle it. Everyone keeps talking about this bottling being such a bad word. You've just seen referees and the VAR. They bottled it. They don't want none. If they can sort of just sneak out the room without anyone seeing, they will. It's a blatant red card, but they don't want no smoke. So they just, I didn't say anything. If you don't go for them, they're going to just take the easy route. Tell me what a red card is. Foot high, studs up, late, missed the ball. How is that not a red? It's a red. There's absolutely no way on earth that is not a red card anywhere. You don't need to berate the referee, but because managers know, like the way humans are, people just want the easy life. If they can just get away without having to make a controversial decision, they will. So it's up to you, especially as the captains, to say, nah, you're not getting away with that one, mate. Have a look at that. You've just got to have a look at it.
The thing, though, Bill, I would say is, are we still in that era where berating a referee profits you? Because you know when they changed the law around what you could do to a referee, I think a lot of teams have now had to withdraw that tactic because that used to be the way. You know, he who shouted loudest got the decision. Yeah, and I kind of feel like the laws around protecting referees have left people having to kind of go, well, hang on a second, I can't go in too loud here.
Right.
Yeah,
but
if you agree, I understand what you're saying, though.
If you guys watch rugby union, right, and that game, if you compare the two games, right, rugby is so rough and tumble, right, players flying over each other, hard tackle, proper hard tackles. But how does that referee manage to see everything that goes on, right? And if he doesn't, he just goes to his ear and he says to the guy, can you please go back and check a tackle 4 white on 4 black or whatever the case may be? Yeah. While the game's still going on, the game may now be another 5 or 6 phases on. And then the video ref will have a look at it and he'll say, yes, it's a penalty on the 22-yard line, wherever it may be, and the referee blows his whistle and he goes back for the penalty. And if it's a dangerous challenge, they discuss it on the screen. Mm-hmm. He says, for me, that's a red card. Do we all agree? Yes, we all agree. Red card shown, players off, goodbye. How can rugby, in such a physical, rough, tough game, get it so right, but football can't? It's absolutely amazing.
I hear what you're saying, and I think, to be fair, they are levels ahead of us when it comes to that. I think they've had it longer than us as well. I'm not sure if it's to do with the coverage, because this is because believe you me, we're sitting here looking at this game and we see it like, you know, the Emirates and like the Premier League and England. But mate, they're watching this in Japan. They're watching this in Malaysia. They're watching this in Alaska. They're watching this everywhere. This is like super.
But
It's like
even more
probably
reason to get it right, no?
but even more reason for people in those positions to
I
bottle
mean, they
it.
just showed it again just now, and it doesn't look any better the more you see it. It's a dangerous tackle over the ball, and you know what? It's just below the knee, just above his shin pad.
It's a leg breaker. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, it maybe not be a leg breaker, but you could definitely crack something with that. Look at that, it's bang on the shin, studs up, leg high. This is what I'm talking about. When they tell me what a red card is and what Granit Xhaka used to get a bunch of red cards for, they say, oh, your studs are up. And they say, oh, it's high. You know, no matter how innocuous the challenge may be, once your studs are up and you're in, or your legs high and you're in, that's it, you're out. Forget it, you didn't catch the ball. And I've seen players actually get the ball and still get a red card.
Yeah, on the follow through.
Like that. Yeah, on the follow through, reckless they would say, or endangering or whatever. Personally, I agree with Tony, but this is the thing I'd say to you, Tony, right? If you watch Man City, especially Kevin De Bruyne, you watch Man City, Kevin De Bruyne and the other one, the older guy, what's his name? Bernardo Silva.
The little rat.
They do not let the ref go. They got a challenge. They do not let the ref go. And I totally agree with where you're coming from, because I used to hate it when you see all Man United players screaming and crying and surrounding the ref and all of that. But it's like the middle ground, because like I said, if you don't do that, that is what happens. You know, if you don't do it, that's what happens. If you do it, they say, oh, this and that. So if we're going to stop doing it, then the refs have to come forward. The VAR has to come forward. You have to make it seem like it's okay. We don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to get on the referee's back and crowd him. You know, we're on it. We're going to do a better job, because they can't have it both ways, right? You want what's right.
I mean, you know, guys. The other thing that you have to consider is, look at, for instance, Arteta. He's probably one of the most yellow carded managers. Now, back in the day, as you said, Nabil, Fergie would berate a referee and the fourth official so much that they were in fear of him.
Yes.
But now, a manager opens his mouth, and you know what? I'm not going to say something because I don't want to face the penalty. That's the clear line now. I won't say anything because I don't want to face the penalty.
Or maybe the other way forward is to bring in respective bans, isn't it? So if something like that tackle is missed, you have.
But they've got that. They've had that for they don't do it anymore.
But do it more often. So they don't do it anymore. Mistake there. It should be a red card. You're going to serve a 3-game ban.
I mean,
they don't do it anymore.
What they have in American football, and I think they have it in hockey, is a flag where the coach can ask for a review. Yes, that is what I was going to say. That's the way forward. If you feel like something needs to be reviewed, go throw your flag and say, please, give me one review. Give me that review. The only thing I disagree with on that, or a suggestion I would put, I think just in the theme of things, I think every team should have 3 calls. I don't know if it's 3 calls a game or 3 calls a half. But I would say 1 review. If they get it wrong, they lose it. Yeah, don't forget. Don't forget. Do you know why I say that, Nabil? Because you've got wild games. Some games are wild. Yeah, but do you know why I say that, Nabil? Because if you watch, every team has the video set up on the touchline. They can clearly see everything that's going on. So they would have seen that without a shadow of a doubt, right? And the one review stops them from calling for a review every single time something goes on. No, but I'll tell you what it is with that. I think, all right, maybe 3 a game, 3 a match then. But I think what it is with that, I think they've also got to have a little time, a window on it, like maybe like 20 seconds after the incident, and it's gone. If you don't call it within 20 seconds of the incident, it's gone. So if you are watching the video, you get one chance to rewind it, and then boom, you've got to make a decision. Are you going to make the call or not? Like cricket, if they're going for a review of out, they've got a certain amount of seconds to do the review, or it's play on. Right, exactly. They've got to bring that in. When they first brought in VAR, I thought it would come with that as standard.
I thought that's the whole point. You know, instead of having us to berate the referee, instead of us going crazy on the touchline and stuff like that, you've got a call. 1, 2, 3 a game, I don't know. But you can decide what decisions you want to review. And like I said, everybody's going to ask for that to be reviewed because that's a straight red. I don't know how you're going to look at that on the video and not give a red.
What would be interesting to see is if an Arsenal player in this game does something remotely similar and how the ref reacts to that.
I'm not even going to talk about that because no, we don't want anything like that.
Well, you don't, but I'm just saying, if he pulls out a red card, if he pulls out a red card, then you're going to be thinking, hold on, what's happening here?
Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not tempt fate. Because you know what? I've got to this point now, guys. Any time that VAR is involved with Arsenal, I don't expect it to be in the positive for Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, fair play. The penalty went for us.
I've seen so many errors by VAR against Arsenal. I mean, I felt sorry for Nottingham Forest last week. They got done a kipper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They got done a kipper. 3 sure penalties in
well,
one
two
game.
100% stone wall.
Stone wall. So, yeah, you know, look, I just feel like, you know what, we're the victims, and we can continue to be victims, but at the end of the day, I almost feel like Gary, you clearly remember. Nabil, I'm not sure because you're younger than us if you remember as well. But Arsenal got deducted points. And
for the Battle of Old Trafford.
Yeah. And
of course I was
we won
the Battle of Old Trafford. What are you talking about, mate?
I was going to say the Bill's not that young.
Of course, the Battle of Old Trafford. Oh my God, was you there?
No,
probably
no. I wasn't there.
No. At the ground? Was you at the ground?
No, I remember watching it on TV at the time when it all kicked off.
I
tell you what I remember. I tell you what I watched. I tell you one. The game that I remember most is like Arsenal versus Man United in the FA Cup semi-final when Ryan Giggs scored that wonder goal.
Yeah, I was there
as well.
I was there.
I wasn't there. I was in I couldn't get a ticket. I couldn't get in the ground. I was in a local. I was in the local not nearby, but I was in a local North London, and there was a lot of Man United supporters in this club, in this particular pub, and we watched it on the big screen. And mate, I have never been closer to tears in my life as a grown man. And these guys were rubbing it in, and I was gonna have some. It was just me on my jacks, and there was loads of them, and I was close to tears, and they was rubbing it in, and I just stood up, and I was like, oh mate, I'm just gonna get smacked up here, but I'm having some.
But you know the funny thing, Nabil, every time I see that goal, I always think to myself, someone just found him. Oh, even now, I still think to myself, someone bring him down. Someone bring him down. Don't let him do that. Oh, he scored.
Ryan Giggs broke my heart that day. He absolutely broke my heart. I was like, what? He just went straight to the heart and just killed it. And then he took off his shirt and he's going like this. And I was like, oh,
we did it round his head, helicopter style. Honestly.
Yeah, of course I remember all those games, man.
That Battle of Old Trafford, wasn't that Brian McClare that started all that?
Yeah.
I'd say Martin Keown started it all. Which Battle of Old Trafford are you talking about, though? Are you talking about Martin Keown and Van Nistelrooy or one before?
No. That was 2004. I'm talking about the one with George Graham style. George Graham,
yeah.
89, 88, something like that, wasn't it? Something like that.
89,
I've always supported Arsenal, so I've been supporting Arsenal since Liam Brady. That's how old I am.
Because I remember Tony on.
I remember enough, Bill.
No, I was 7. I was 7 when Liam Brady was playing for us, and Liam Brady used to wear the number 7, right?
Oh, you're older than me, Nabil.
Yeah, I was 7 when Liam Brady was. Yeah, I'm 54. So
yeah, you're older than me, man.
When Liam Brady was playing and wearing the number 7,
I'm 54.
It just looked good, didn't it?
It's my mum. My mum's got the young genes, man. My mum's got
the dude.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't let the baby mother stress me neither.
Yeah, because I remember George Graham after the game was saying, look, you know, they both got deducted 2 points, didn't they, for the brawl? It was a 21 player brawl on the pitch at Old Trafford. It was crazy. And I remember George Graham always saying, you know, that we're Arsenal. They don't like us, but don't worry about it. If you, I remember watching the video of that season, and he's got them all sitting outside in the training ground, and he's giving them all the speech. Look, we're Arsenal.
Right.
We're Arsenal.
Right, yeah.
They don't like us. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
You know,
I could do
don't worry about the fans. I'll whoop them up. He's going. You know, when we was in the fight. Honestly, that I've still got the video somewhere.
Yeah, I've got that as well. VHS, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you not paid so much attention in those days, though. That's for sure.
No, we were fully.
I didn't pay that much. I mean, I was there, but I didn't pay so much attention. I can't remember all of it.
Yeah,
but I do remember. I do. There's players that always stand out in every sort of generation, and you know, I think we're missing just one or two players like that. That's why I liked Aaron Ramsey so much. Ramsdale so much, not Aaron Ramsey. Ramsdale so much. I liked him so much because he sort of embodied that old spirit that we had. That sort of Nigel Winterburn spirit, that Martin Keown spirit, even Paul Merson and Ray Parler and them.
That's the English in him, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Funny enough, I was reading a thing today from Jens Lehmann, who was saying he doesn't understand why you bring in Raya over Ramsdale, who's the English keeper with the English spirit. It makes no sense to him.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it too. I agree. But I think when it comes to playing it out from the back, I get where Arteta's coming from, and I'll tell you something about that. When you commit to that style of play, even if you're conceding goals left, right, and centre, you can't just quit it. You've got to stick with it. It's the same with.
I definitely agree that Raya has upgraded our defensive shape in so many ways.
Yeah, you can't.
You can see it. You can see it. But I mean, all I said from day one is, it's all right having someone that can play out from the back, but can they make the big saves? Like when necessary, can they make the saves that Ramsdale was making?
No, Ramsdale's a better keeper when it comes like between the sticks. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I see him make the best saves in the league. It's only him and Martinez.
Go on, Kai, shoot! Oh, Saka! Man, looking and kick the table over, man. He had so much time. He could have eaten a 3-course meal.
Mate, you must be like minutes ahead of me.
I'm on 48 minutes, 30 seconds. You're going to see it now.
My God.
Oh, my God.
Look how much time he had, Tom.
He had time. He had time and space. He had time and space. He had time and space. Oh, my God. He had time and space.
I'll tell you what.
Tomiyasu
right has shackled this Semenyo. I like this Semenyo. Their right winger. I think he's a really good player.
Havertz has done really well. He's hit that straight at the keeper.
Yeah,
but he had so much time. He had so much time. He could have taken that and walked it in on the keeper and slotted it home.
Yeah. How?
Yeah, could have taken a touch to steady it, set it up, tee it up a bit.
Oh, Solanke goes down in the area. Oh, not there. Havertz, that's your first mistake. Controls the ball and he tries a little back heel and he loses it, and Bournemouth are on the attack, and it's a goal kick. Yeah, I think Havertz has had another immense game so far.
Yeah, Thomas Partey needs to get into the game a little bit more. There's a lot more he can offer. Don't know what's going on with the midfield, but Declan Rice is playing well. They're still showing the penalty replay. The guy's running. You can't run with both feet in the air at one time. It doesn't work like that, man. Unless you're doing the triple jump.
The thing is, everybody knows that if you stick the foot out in front of me, my job is to fall over that foot. Yeah. If you jump over and you miss the goal, you've done wrong.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's the thing. That's what the VAR was looking at, the way that the goalkeeper came across, because he's come across the player in his line. It doesn't matter if he goes over him. You should not be there for him to go over.
Ref, yellow card, please. Saka's been taken off the ball.
Yeah, and we need another goal.
Yeah,
we're mucking about with it on the edge of the area.
Play him again. Oh, that's it. Yeah, you're right there. That's a yellow card.
You got to go back and give that a yellow card, because that was the ball that he was going to play.
Yeah, it was.
No right foot, Odegaard.
No right foot in it. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
The keeper made a meal of that save, man, but it was a tame shot from Havertz, and the keeper saves it. But Arsenal in full press now. Bournemouth have it, and Saliba's just bodied up old Dominic Solanke. Free kick.
That's
Bournemouth.
nice. That's nice play by Havertz. Listen, I'm going to get in front of the screen and watch the game. I'll catch you lot at half time.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
mate.
full time.
I mean, full time. Yeah.
See you later.
No worries, see you
All right,
later, mate. Anyway,
Yeah, so good turn and shot from Havertz.
so
Again.
Arsenal, when scoring first in the Premier League, they've won 24, drawn 2, and lost only 1.
Yeah, I've got a feeling this is a game for Zinchenko to come in.
Oh, here come Bournemouth. It's the first time Semenyo's got even half a bit better of Tomiyasu. And well played Declan Rice and Gabriel clears and Kai Havertz. Lovely touch, lovely hold up play. Absolutely fantastic, Kai Havertz. He's bundled into touch. Odegaard is down, Partey is down, and Bournemouth come. Oh, and he's through. And what a save, David Raya. Shot was right at him, but he did well to get enough on it to keep it out. Odegaard was taken out, Partey was taken out, and the referee just played on.
That's weird.
Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul on Odegaard. That's a foul.
I told you, Gal. They're just not.
To be honest, that was Raya's made the save, but to be perfectly honest, it was a weak attempt from Solanke. But he gets another option. Oh, that could be a. Oh, well, there's no complaint there from Dominic Solanke, but I'm telling you something. Partey has clipped him in the area, but Arsenal down the other end. Saka, he hasn't got the ball. Oh, what a tackle that is from Bournemouth to stop Saka from making it 2. So the game is wide open now. It's gone end to end.
Another great ball from Havertz into Saka there.
Yeah, Odegaard, another great ball to release Havertz.
Havertz, exactly, yeah.
And Semenyo cuts inside and Declan Rice is there. Well played, Deck. You just got on Deck. Just run Solanke out the ground. And Declan Rice gearing up the crowd. What a signing he's been, Declan Rice. See, Foden won the Footballer of the Year, didn't he?
Yeah. Football Writers Association version. So there's obviously you still got the players and the actual Premier League awards to come.
If Arsenal do go on to win the title,
that would be a wrong decision.
There is no. Well, if Arsenal go on to win the title, there's no way that an Arsenal player cannot get Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, Saka scored again today. He's now 20 goals for Arsenal this season.
And Rice has lost it. Clivert. Rice is back in position now to snuff out the ball into the area. Bournemouth still have it. And who's there? Kai Havertz. On the edge of his own area. Kai Havertz is there. Partey and Trossard met it up between them. So your number 9 turns up on the edge of the penalty area to make a tackle.
Yeah. He's having a blinder.
And David Raya comfortably handles the shot and then flings himself to the floor to hold on to the ball. So Bournemouth have had 55% of the possession so far in the second half.
Wow. The most possession they've had.
Well played, Odegaard. Lovely skill. How did he do that on the touchline? Amazing feat.
Yeah, this
All
game
not
was
Arsenal.
swinging out for Zinchenko, I think. Trossard
You're-
having a quiet one again.
Yeah, but he does enough.
Yeah, but you know what? It's time. A game like this where you've got so much possession, you need to be imposing yourself. You've got to be demanding of the ball. He's too out of the game. He's too out of the game. I love him. But this is a game you want to stack your assist and goals ratio in. You know, we've had 16 goal attempts in the first half.
It's
Yeah.
gonna have a corner in it.
And,
Well, it
I
looked like
don't see Trossard just pulling his weight there. I love him, but I think this game's got.
Yeah, but I wouldn't bring on. He would bring on Jesus rather than Martinelli.
No, I'm asking for Zinchenko and Jesus. This is the type of game that Zinchenko could flourish in.
That's not going to be allowed, is it? Shoot! Oh, Odegaard, what is that? That's not. He turned in, and the shot was just ballooned over the bar.
What? I thought. What happened there?
It was a free kick given for a handball.
Oh,
Arsenal took the free quickly. Saka plays it into Odegaard.
Yeah. You got it all wrong.
And
Got it
Party,
all wrong.
yellow card, Thomas Partey.
That's his first of the season, isn't it? Or his second at match.
Second minute. He's only played 3 games.
Yeah.
3 games, 2 yellow cards. Doing well.
Yeah, it's a good place to give it.
Oh, and the shot, Bournemouth coming, it's with Cliver. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I thought that went in. I thought that went in, Tone.
Mm.
I'm telling you what, if that's on target, Raya's not saving that. The way Raya was stationary, I thought that was I was just waiting for the net to ripple.
Yeah, I mean, he hit that with such velocity. In the end, it's well wide, but it did look from the initial angle.
It was the way that Raya was just stationary. He was just waiting for the net to bulge.
He's got some shot on him, hasn't he?
Oh, Havertz is in trouble here. He's been done for an elbow, yellow card.
Afternoon, gents. How is everyone?
I don't even think that's a yellow card. He hasn't done him with the elbow there.
I think he's done it twice.
How are we doing, Lewis?
I think
Yeah,
you know
not
what
bad,
the
not bad.
interesting thing is there, Gal? He's jumped twice in the same way.
I just think
can't-
his arm is on the guy's shoulder.
This
It's
happens
how people
every week.
jump.
You can't jump with your arms down. You need to put your
Well
hands
done,
up to
Tommy.
jump. How you doing, Lewis?
This game's getting
not
a bit.
bad.
This game's getting a bit edgy,
Been a
Tone.
busy afternoon, busy morning as well, man. So I'm surprised we're not like 4 or 5 goals up.
It should have been that in the first half, Lewis.
Yeah, no, I caught the first half on the way home. But,
So at 60
Ben
minutes.
Ben White with a massive up and under. No fouls there, Saliba.
I'd be tempted to make the change now, Gal.
yeah,
60
why not?
minutes in.
Yep.
The thing is, he doesn't. No foul, Havertz. You're on a yellow. Oh, Gabriel! Come on, man! What nonsense is that, bro? You can't win the ball. Just hold him there. This is crazy, man.
It's like we're too eager today to get the job done.
You can't win the ball. Just hold him.
He's going
Just
Yeah,
away
hold
just
him.
from
stand
goal as
up.
well. Your
There's no
job's
need to go
done.
that hard in. You just stand him up. Stand him up.
Yeah, what you don't need to win the ball there. You got Rice one side, you got Thomas Partey the other, and he's going away from goal. Job is done as a defender. I don't know. Is it that game for Zinchenko and Jorginho? I don't know, man.
I think it's Zinchenko definitely. I'd go Jesus or Martinelli because at the moment for me, Trossard is a stranger.
And there's people calling for him to start more games. I mean,
He
on the
started.
other hand,
He's starting, but with Trossard, you either get everything or nothing.
Yeah,
yeah,
No in between.
he started so many games of late.
I
But
still think he's better as an impact sub than he is a starter.
yeah, if I'm being honest with you,
You
I'm
left a
going
lot of that goal there, Raya.
I'm going all
It's
out
over
for
the
Rafael
bar.
Leao this summer.
Nah, Layla doesn't fit the mold, Tom. We've had this discussion. He doesn't. He won't do the defensive work.
Down that left flank, he's doing it for me.
Yeah, but he won't do the defensive side of the game, and you've got to do that to play for Arteta. He's not interested in just going forward. You've got to do the. You've got to put in the shift, and Leao doesn't do that.
Well, if that's on target, Rare's not getting that.
Yeah, he left too much of that side of the goal open, Lewis.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I think he gets it. He gets it.
Give it back.
It doesn't look like he could because he doesn't make a move towards that edge. He knows it's over. But if he saw it was going down, I think he would have got his feet across quickly and got to it.
I know one thing for sure, Tone Ramsdale would have saved it.
So yeah, for those in the watch, the weather has changed so significantly now. It looks like it might even rain.
No, it did forecast rain all day. For some of the day today.
When this game kicked off, it looked like I was thinking, bloody hell, this is beach weather.
I was just going to say you were going to the beach later on, weren't you?
Well in, Tommy. That's our ball.
Just found it.
How that Bournemouth player was not red carded for the challenge on Saturday.
Where's Raya? Where's Raya? Oh, Arsenal back. Well done. Oh, that was well done, Thomas Partey. That was a bit of a hairy situation. I was waiting for Raya to appear, and he never appeared. Well played, Havertz. Brilliant, Havertz. Come on, Saka.
He's having some game.
Yeah, what? Who?
Was it Rice? Oh, where are you, Trossard? Man, that was a simple tap in. Why does he not read where the ball's going across the goal? You're on the 6-yard line.
See what I'm saying? Lewis, can you turn your TV down?
Fine, Layla.
And the ball played across like that and no one's there to tap it in. Criminal.
Odegaard G'ing up the crowd.
Oh man, this game's so edgy when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
And the players are playing on the like it's a cagey game, like everything rides on this game. They just need to play with a bit more freedom.
Well, everything does ride on this game, you know. We can't afford to drop points, and you know when it's 1-0, you always give the opposition that chance. You know, we need to score 2 at least. And we should be 3 or 4 up by now.
Games will be done. Games will be done after half time.
Sorry, Didn't quite get that, Gary.
The game should have been done before half time.
Yeah. So we're at 66 minutes now. I think it's time. I think just looking at the way we're playing, I'd bring some fresh legs on. We dominated the team so much. I think the some fresh legs in now to give Bournemouth a different look.
That's a bit of a wasted throw for me from Tommy.
Here comes Bournemouth. He threw. Oh, and well played, Saliba. No foul. Oh, Saliba's having it off. And he hashes the clearance, though.
That's the beautiful thing about that centre-back pairing. If one of them's slightly off the game, the other one picks up the slack. It's very rare that they both have an off day.
That's what makes good partnerships, though, Lewis, right? You've seen it.
100%.
Ferdinand, Vidic, Adams, Keown, Adams, Campbell.
Well played. Come on. I think it's time for Martinelli, man. Got to stretch them out a little bit. Because everything is in front of Bournemouth here. And I know we're one up, and you just want to give them something else to think about, attacking-wise. Defensively, we've got everything covered at the minute.
So now Bournemouth have got 5 players pressing in the Arsenal half. 6 players.
And Arsenal have played round the press, and Saka loses it.
Arsenal done well to get out of that.
Yeah, but the Saka was too lackadaisical, man. He lost the ball when he should never have lost it.
He should never have.
He should have just come inside earlier. He didn't need to stop. He could have just done that in one touch. Come inside.
Switch of play. And Tomiyasu. Well done, Trossard. Havertz in acres. Havertz is just dropping deep. Use it ever. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's it. Go on, White. Oh, White releases Saka. He's got the touch. Turns in. Lovely. That's better. Havertz again. Havertz is everywhere, man. That ball's never on Odegaard.
Man. He don't stop.
Hey! Leandro Trossard! Boom!
And we're just talking about taking him off as well. He's definitely.
The ball broke to Rice in the area. He laid it into Trossard. First time, right foot, straight into the bottom corner. Get in there.
So lovely.
That's what Martinelli can't do. He would never have hit that first time.
Yeah,
he would have been thinking, what should I do? What should I do? Trossard doesn't think.
Now we can actually breathe a little piece now.
Oh, man.
That's that little bit of breathing room.
The ball to Havertz from Odegaard was never on. Like, it rebounds and Rice does well. And the awareness just to tap it to Trossard. And the finish was excellent. Excellent finish. The awareness, because he didn't even know Trossard was there, but it's just automatic, isn't it? Automatically, you think there's going to be a player there.
It with the outside of his foot. And guess what? Another assist for Declan Rice.
Yep, and another goal for Mr. Trossard.
11 goals now in the Premier League for Trossard. His best ever season.
Well in, boys. Well in. That's what we like to see. Game now comfortable. Yeah, Bournemouth won't look to taste it.
Bournemouth have brought on Philip Billing.
Striker Philip Billing.
No, midfielder, isn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
Always has a good game against us, though.
No, he does. He does.
Always has a good game against us.
He's not a bad player, to be fair. He's not bad. I'm surprised they didn't start with him just to match up with the physicality of like Partey and Rice.
Mm.
Knocking long. Saliba's up well. Partey's up well. And it's a throw, Bournemouth. I just think sometimes with Arsenal, we can be masters of our own downfall. We make them. I mean, look at Spurs. Spurs should never look like scoring, and we give them the goalkeeper's error and then the penalty. You know, it's like we're trying to help them out.
Yeah.
I feel it's because we made the game look so easy, and you're 3-0 up in a game you're not expected to be 3-0 up in like 30 whatever minutes it was. It was almost like we stunned ourselves, and it's like, oh, like, hold on a minute, like we shouldn't be. Yeah. But they played the football to be in that position, and I was saying earlier to my friend,
Ben White or Tucker, get out to him. Why are we standing off?
I was saying earlier to my friend that this is the difference between, you know, Arsenal and City. City go 3-0 up, they're looking to go 4, 5, 6-0 up and kill the game right off. But we don't have that in our
David Raya has given a clanger, but he's given a foul. The referees give a foul on David Raya. The ball was up in the air. It come down with snow on it. Raya's gone up, and instead of catching it, he punched it. But it didn't go anywhere. It just went to the edge of the area.
So lucky.
And then they've hit the bar.
So lucky.
So what they're saying is Dominic Solanke has impeded Raya when you punch. And when you look at it, the little nudge is why Raya doesn't punch the ball clean.
Yeah. He pushes him, doesn't he?
The little nudge took him out of line with the ball.
They're looking at the pull and Billing. That's what they're complaining about, because Billing does get pulled by Gabriel.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It just looks like a lot of bodies going away. A lot of bodies are getting shifted out.
It's the little nudge on Raya, which stops him from punching the ball. It takes him out of the line of the ball, which is why the punch doesn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it hits the bar, and then Semenyo scores.
Yeah.
But it's a clear nudge on the keeper. Is it enough?
Yeah. Because it's such a nudge. I think he was going with the right hand.
He was set to jump as well.
He had to change it.
But see, now this is the funny thing, Tone. Clear and obvious error. The referee sees it. So it can't be a clear and obvious error. But he doesn't see something, and that's not a clear and obvious error. It makes no sense, right?
I'm pretty certain Raya was going to punch with his right hand, but because he gets nudged, he has to go with his left hand. Because he's a right-handed puncher.
The fact that they're looking at this for so long...
Yeah, but it makes no sense. You can see there's a nudge. Right? You can see there's a nudge. You don't need to look at it 50,000 times. Make a decision.
This is taking way too long.
Now, see, when the ball hits the bar, Raya's watching it. Get up and get back in your goal. The goal's been disallowed.
Good. Considering they should be down to 10 men anyway, and VAR didn't even look at it.
But see, this is the crazy thing. If the referee sees it and gives the free kick, it can't be a clear and obvious error because he's obviously seen the foul, right? He's obviously seen the little nudge. But he doesn't see the tackle over the top. That's a clear and obvious error, and they don't get involved.
As I said, Gal, whenever VAR are involved, I don't expect Arsenal to get the rub of the green. And in this case, we've managed to get one in our favour, which I don't normally expect.
He can't complain.
He's clearly gone in on the keeper. There's no doubt in my mind. He's clearly gone in.
The guy went to body Trossard, and Trossard's not running. So the guy had no one to body, and he bodied himself into the holdings. Trossard just put the brakes on, and the guy had nowhere to body. And where he tried to body and clear at the same time, he just ran straight into the hoardings. Brilliant. Love it.
Watch them talk about that talking point
Cross it, Saka.
over the.
Odegaard into the side netting. I thought it was in. Thought it was in. Should have been free. Partey breaks up the play. Lovely scoop pass to Saka. The cut back to Odegaard, and it's just the wrong side of the post.
Yeah. Oh, so close.
Thought that was in.
Do you know what? I think it was better for Havertz to take that on the right foot than it was for Odegaard to take that one there. I think the angle was better for Havertz, but maybe not. That's why you gotta go with your right foot. Oh, shut up, Joe Cole, man. Shut up.
No, Joe Cole's actually saying it was a foul. But then the commentator's saying, but what about the foul on Billing from Saliba? The referee's losing a bit of control here.
Yeah.
So we're at 77 minutes. I'm still surprised he hasn't made some changes.
I'll tell you who's had a really good game. Tommy Asu.
The quality on the benches should be trusted. You're 2-0 up.
Oh my days, ref! Come on, like,
well played, Odegaard. Now use it. One more, Deck. One more. That's a terrible ball, Deck. Terrible. It's a tired pass, man. But you can understand why Declan Rice puts in so much effort in a game.
Yeah.
You can understand.
That's
so
a good
substitution for Bournemouth. Who they taking off? They're taking on someone really bad for someone really bad. Don't know who this is. Senesi, whoever he is. Oh, Unal's come on. And Senesi's gone off. And Martinelli is ready. And Arsenal have the ball back. And Gabriel has poleaxed the substitute. But Arsenal have the ball. The referee ain't give nothing.
Oh, wow. This is reminding me of a game in the playground at school, man. Just so much horrible, niggly little fouls and pushes not being given.
Go away. Arsenal have it with Saka. That's inside. Plays a 1-2 with... Oh, gives it to Havertz. Well played, Saka. Havertz is dropped deep now. Trossard's up front. Oh, hit it. Finish. Oh, have you missed? Kai Havertz. It was the simplest chance in the world. It was offside anyway, but he didn't know that, right? Why has he hit this with so much power? I have no idea. And it's cannoned off the top of the bar. It's a good job it wasn't 0-0 and he was onside there.
He just rolled. Oh boy, Kai, killer Kai, man. Just roll it in, man.
Yeah.
Just roll
take
it
the power
in.
out. When you're that close, you don't need power.
Yeah.
You're centre of the goal, control the ball, roll it in. So Martinelli on, Trossard off.
Well done,
Lewis has got his wish.
Well, as I said he scored the goal, so he bought himself an extra 5-10 minutes.
Up well again. Tommy Asu's had a fantastic game because this Semenyo guy, he can play, right? And Martinelli's clean through. Come on! Oh my God, he fell over. He fell over.
What in the world is going on?
That is the story of Martinelli this season, man. He's just
first of all, the ball was on his right foot. He then shifted it onto his left, and he fell over. He
What are
fell
you doing?
over.
Oh my gosh.
He fell over. No one touched him. He fell
That is,
over.
you know, when a player has no confidence, like when their confidence is at all-time low, that's where Martinelli is, and it's a shame, man, because when that boy
Oh
is
my
in form, he's a
days.
joy to watch. Yeah,
But why would he
That's-
shift it onto his left foot? He's right footed. He doesn't use his left, right?
Yeah, he's
His left is
protecting the
just.
ball from the two oncoming defenders behind him that are coming from that side.
Yeah, but it makes no sense to shift it onto his left because he's never going to use it.
No,
And
but
well
he
done,
should
Kai
do.
Havertz. Kai Havertz is back there defending, and he's nicked the ball, and he's won the ball in the tackle. Oh, what a game, this guy! All that's missing is a goal.
well in. So that's what you
Odegaard, too
want.
clever, Odegaard. That was just ridiculous play.
Play. We don't really need to rush to get a goal. We might as well just manage the game now.
Tomiyasu, excellent clearance at the far post. No fouls, Saka, no fouls. That will do.
Great challenge.
Tomiyasu's had a stormer.
Yeah, great interception there.
Beautiful.
And who's there to win it again? Kai Havertz, who's been done in a tackle, and that should be. He's given a yellow, but will VAR get involved? Because it looked like that was a reckless challenge. Let's have a look. No. Yellow card is the right call.
Yeah, yellow for me. Even in real time, it is a yellow. Nothing more, nothing less. Standard issue.
Yeah, Man City's still got to go to Fulham.
Fulham are going to bend over backwards for them. I'm telling you that now.
Our guy Iwobi.
Yeah, and
our guy
They'll
Burns.
bend over backwards.
don't forget we got
William.
Willian
We've
there
got
as well.
United next weekend.
So Gabriel Jesus is coming on.
For who? For Havertz?
No, they haven't made it yet. They haven't put the board up. Oh, now the referee, you can't see that, but Tomiyasu's gone down holding his face, and the referee's give a free kick. No, Saka. Saka off, and Jesus on. Yeah, I would put Martinelli over on the right.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout, Gal.
So you build his confidence, put him over on the right hand side, let him use his predominant foot, and let him see if he can create something. That'd be right. Get back in your goal, man. Why have you walked all the way to say to Saka, well done? See this free kick? I would roll that straight to Ben White on the edge of the area. So Martinelli is on the left, and Jesus
in the box.
Oh! Gabriel Big Gabby! How can he be offside? How can he be offside? What a finish that was, man! What a goal that was, man!
Is it offside?
No, he's onside. He's onside.
No, it's not him. It's not him.
No, it is him. It is him, Tony. He was onside. What kind of nonsense is that?
I don't think
Unless somebody who got the touch before him was
It
offside.
can't be him. It can't be him.
Yeah, no, there's someone offside there.
Yeah, I think it's
Havertz.
Havertz.
Yeah.
But you bring it
But it's
in.
a finish though. Jesus.
What a finish!
You know the funny thing, when we got defenders finishing like that, yeah, but our forwards
Yeah.
can't even get a shot away and fall over in the box, something wrong.
Unlucky there, Big Gabby, man.
Yeah,
Havertz owes you one.
he definitely owes him something.
Tommy Asu gets my man of the match now. Havertz has ruled that out. Oh, Jesus, go home, man. Get this guy off the pitch.
Really, Gary?
Oh, this guy, man. He has the ball. He tries to turn away, and the ball just gets taken off of him, and then puts Bournemouth on the attack in our half. No player has lost the ball in this game. Jesus, one possession, losing the ball,
Oh, jeez.
and now he's offside. This guy's selling, man. But enough of him. He doesn't want to do anything simple. He wants to do the hard thing all the time. So Declan Rice has got player of the match. Declan Rice, player of the match. I think Havertz should be feel hard done by.
Yeah, I believe so as well. I thought Havertz, his contributions have just been phenomenal this game. He should have had a goal and 2 assists at least.
Oh, that's the first time that Semenyo has done Tommy. And Tommy brings him down for a free kick.
Clever defending. Well done, Tommy. Well done. Well done.
What do you think of
Sometimes
this Semenyo, Lewis?
He's all right, man. He's not too bad. Still a bit raw, but I mean, I wouldn't go all out to get him. He wouldn't be at the top of the list. There's many better. But I think he's at the right level for Bournemouth.
For Bournemouth.
Declan Rice has provided an assist for 3 consecutive Premier League games for the first time in his career.
Well done, young man.
It just shows you the levels that he stepped up to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's all right being the big fish at West Ham and playing the way that they play, but when you step up to the next chapter in your career, which is essentially the next level, you know, it's even different playing for England, really, because if you look at some of the players that you're playing with, England may not have the exact same talent in the exact same places, you know. So to step up your game and provide goals and assists, which is something that you've never done, is speaks volumes. And that's why I think, you know, when they give it to Foden does what Foden does, right? But when you've got a guy like Declan Rice, who's literally, Martinelli just got nutmegged really bad. He slipped over, man. Free kick, Bournemouth, edge of the Arsenal area. Yeah, when you've got Rice, who's putting up the numbers he's put up and never been seen before, surely that must bode well for someone who's literally doing the same thing all the time.
Nah, Martinelli's hooked his leg. He's hooked his leg, Martinelli. You can see it.
Martinelli got nutmeg. That's probably why he done it.
He was fuming. He got roasted here.
Yeah.
See you later. Ah, boy. I feel for Martinelli right now because he just can't buy a goal, can't buy an assist, can't get past nobody. It's like he's in that halfway.
He's getting nutmegged for fun.
Yeah, he's way off the boil. Way off the boil.
Let's go away. So Bournemouth's first corner of the game.
Wow, we're at 90 plus minutes and they're only getting their first corner of the game.
And Saliba's got plenty of time. Go on, Willie. Go on, Willie. Now play it. Oh, well played. Odegaard's in Akers. And he gives it to my man of the match, Mr. Kai Havertz. And Arsenal slowed it down. Really well played. Keep the ball. Another 90 minutes for Thomas Partey. Don't give it to
bodes well
Jesus.
for
Don't
next
give it to
week.
Jesus. Whatever you do. Oh, go away, Jesus, man.
Oh God, Gary, what are you doing to me?
Because he doesn't do the simple thing, Tone. Odegaard is racing towards the area. He's got Jesus. He's got Martinelli. He's got Havertz. I'm thinking, don't play the ball to Jesus. He plays the ball to Jesus. The first touch is woeful at 300 mile an hour, and he loses possession.
You're absolutely right, Gal. But oh man,
You got to remember, this
not
guy's
looking
not.
good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv.
But listen, when you've been left out the team and you get a chance to come on,
You have to take advantage.
you have to do better than what he's showing. All right, he's been on for a couple of minutes, but for a player like Jesus to control that ball is not hard.
What are you doing, Jesus?
Play it, Martinelli. Play it. Thomas Partey played a 1-2 with himself there. He's so good. He played a 1-2 with himself. Left foot onto right foot, and he kept the ball. Don't give it to Jesus. I said, don't give it to Jesus.
Raw, Gary, you're cold, man.
Yeah, I don't like him, man. I've had enough of him. Do you know what it is? You know what it is, Lewis? No, do you know what it is? In all honesty, he wants to do the extravagant all the time when it's not called for.
Yeah,
and
I get what you mean.
I don't get why you want to do the extravagant. If you keep things simple, he could be a world-class player. I mean, look there. He's taken the touch and he flicked it up. But he could have just killed that ball dead. He gets the foul, but there was no need. He's trying to flick it up and flick it over. There was no need to do that.
But that's how these Brazilians play, you know. They play with a lot of flair.
Yeah, well, let him go play for the next team like that, man.
Why is he trying to flick up the ball there?
But what I'm saying is, if they nick that ball and break on us, they could go score a goal, right? And that gives it a nervy last 5 minutes.
He doesn't need to flick the ball up. That's dangerous playing, bro. Keep the ball. The ball came to you on the floor. Move the ball again on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. He could have laid it back one time. He could have taken the touch on the floor and played it across field. But he wants to do the extravagant. And if he loses the ball there and they come at us and score, it's a nervy final 5-6 minutes, right? When there's no need.
Yeah. He does the totally unnecessary.
Oh, David Raya. Oh, what's he doing? David Raya has come to the edge of the area to catch the ball, and he's dropped it. And Odegaard is fouled on the halfway line, free kick, Arsenal. Raya got lucky there. He come over the top of Gabriel. He didn't even need to be there.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So that Christie has done Odegaard again with a scissors challenge. Still no yellow card, Tone. Sorry. Just got a yellow card for that tackle in the 95th minute.
Yeah, wasn't he the one that raked his studs on?
Absolutely, Lewis.
Yes,
absolutely.
And he's still on the. Yeah.
He's done it several times today, and it's amazing how he got his first yellow card now.
You know, the shirt pull on Gabriel, the descent to the referee.
He should have been sent off for the Saka tackle, full stop.
100%.
And VAR doesn't look at it. Why VAR not looking at it? Like, please tell. I want to know why they haven't looked at it.
So you can see the blood on Saka's sock. Look behind Arteta when the screen goes there. You're going to see the blood on Saka's sock.
He's been kicked from post to pillar again. And it's no wonder why his form's like, I wouldn't say erratic, but it appears like he's not doing nothing.
Yeah, you can see
but
it.
When you're as good as he is, you're going to get that treatment.
Listen, his body must be aching after games, man. The abuse that it takes.
Just ask Hazard. Hazard used to get kicked plenty of times, and I'm not talking like little kicks either.
Martinelli's been magged again, boys. Martinelli's been play it. No, wrong way. The ball should have gone to Havertz. Come on, Jesus. What you got? Nice, Jesus. Nice, Declan Rice. No. Yes! That's the Rice! 3-0!
And that
The
is
assist.
why he is the man of the match today.
Now, Lewis, watch the goal.
I'm
Watch
watching. I'm watching it.
Jesus. Jesus kept it simple.
I know.
Simple football wins
Oh, the
games.
run from Declan Rice and the composure to finish. Oh,
Yes, sir.
it's not easy to make a long bursting run into the penalty
Oh,
box.
he's not even in the picture when Jesus picks up the ball, you know.
And this is what
He's
I'm
not even in the
saying.
picture.
And
Now he's in the picture.
Declan Blood Clot Rice, my guy, come on.
Where's he?
Thoroughly deserved.
You know what would be interesting to see? Maybe Apollo can tell us because he's in the ground. Where did Rice make that run from? Because when Jesus picked up the ball, he wasn't even in the picture.
He's made it from our own half. Like, he must have been walking as Jesus has picked this up here, and he's just look at the gap though, easy. And it's not an easy finish either.
No, but you see when Jesus does that upon Lewis, I love the guy. I've got no time for this nonsense that he plays on a regular.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I have the same thing with my team that I help coach. Is they all want to do all this techie. I'm like,
Go on, Arsenal, make it 4. Come on. Party, play it. The 79-year-old couldn't play the ball. He got caught. He was in his wheelchair like this, Tone. He was in his wheelchair and he got caught. Keeper. Well done, David Raya. Safe hands. And that's full time, guys. 3-0, 4 points clear. Over to you, Man City.
And breathe, gentlemen, and breathe. That was.
I really want to see where Partey started that run from, man, because he arrived in the nick of time at full speed, and what a finish!
Ipswich are in the Premier League. They've just been promoted.
Wow.
Tractor boys are back.
That'll be a nice away trip to go to.
Rather have them than dirty Leeds.
Well, you never know. We might get them if they win the play. They got to win the playoffs now. Leeds.
Emerson's not in the chat, is he?
No, it was earlier.
I want to know where the under-21s are playing next week, if it's at Chelsea or at Bournemouth.
Either way,
If it's at the Bridge, I might actually pop down and watch. If it's at the Bridge,
that's what I'm thinking. I might pop down next week for that. So Sean and Bill will be coming on to give his post-match analysis. Obviously, we were talking about the game at half-time where we were 1-0 up. We finished it 3-0. Score's respectable, but you know this could easily be a 6-7-0. To be honest,
Could have been 10. Do you know what I like to see with that victory? Guys? That Spurs can't catch us.
Mm.
We're only 23 points ahead of them. They've got 4 to play.
Well, we confirmed Tottenham's get day last week.
But I prefer points on the board than games in hand.
Oh yeah.
Right, I'm gonna pop out to the gentleman's room. Gary, can I leave you with the stream for a little while?
Yeah, you can leave me in charge, mate. It won't all go to pot when you come back. Yeah, so solid performance today from the boys. Every single one of them was up for it. I thought Kai Havertz was absolutely outstanding. Tomiyasu closely followed by Declan Rice. All three of them were absolutely brilliant today. Rice obviously got man of the match and capped it with a fine goal and an assist. But it could have quite easily gone to Kai Havertz, who was absolutely superb. So I've got Declan Rice interview. No, it's not coming just yet. What are your thoughts on today, Lewis?
I think it was a game where, you know, you're looking at the chances from the start of the game. It wasn't if Arsenal score, it's when Arsenal score.
Sorry, hold on, Lewis. Here's Declan Rice.
Rice, makes you look on the pitch. Just every time. 3 points, a goal and an assist. That couldn't have gone any better for you and your team today. Yeah, I think you see in the first half, it was domination. It could have been 4 or 5 if I'm being honest with you. I missed the sit-up. I was fuming, to be honest. I couldn't let it go, and I knew there was an opportunity for me to score assists, and even for my goal then, you know, I was back in my own half, and I just sensed it. Doing the players around their feet, and just kept going, and arrived in a position that I've done quite frequently today, and goal, assist, and 3 points. So, yeah, after speaking yesterday, it's what we needed. Yeah, when we spoke yesterday, you said that you actually prefer assisting to scoring goals. It's 7 goals, 9 assists now.
7 goals, 9 assists. Wow.
You know what? I do like assisting. It just feels good for some reason. I'm sure the top players in the world can say that as well. The net assists, like, it's not a good feeling, especially for me, because I don't get to do it much. But it was, like I said, it was a big result. They've been in some top form. They're a really good team. Big respect to them. What we knew today, it was business, and we had to handle it. Yeah, you talked about the amount of chances you had before you won that penalty. Did it feel like it was going to be one of those days? Yeah, it can do. You look back at the Villa game the other week when we had 4 or 5 in the first half, and the second half is a bit cagey. Still think we can improve in the second half, become a bit of a basketball match, and that's not our game. Could have been a bit more composed. They caused a bit of chaos, and we caused our own damage really at times. But to win 3-0, get it over the line, now leads into another big one next week, and we're fully focused. Didn't look like a huge moment like it was the way Saka just rolled that penalty in so coolly either, did it? Yeah, fair play to him. Ever since the Euros, when he missed the penalty, I think his mindset on penalties and the way he practices them, and the way he now takes them in different positions and different spots, full credit to him, because that takes courage, and he's been top of them for us. Well, look, you're 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, potentially 2 games away from winning the Premier League title. How are you managing the nerves, the pressure, the excitement, all of it? You know what? I think this year, I wasn't here last year, but I think this year I can sense that we're just embracing it. And obviously, like you said, Man City, well, they're a machine. They win most of their games, but we can only focus on us. And, we have been doing that in recent weeks. We've had an unbelievable 2024. I think the record that we've had is just out of this world. So look, anything can happen in football. Surprises happen, miracles happen, and we're obviously 2 games to go. We just got to stay focused. Well done today. You are the man of the match. Thank you.
Well said, Declan Rice. The guy's so humble, isn't he? And the big beaming smile on his face just says it all.
Definitely, man. He deserved his praises and his flowers today, man. He was
100%. He's been a signing and a half, innit? 105 million. You know when you're good, because people are not even saying he cost 105 million.
Exactly.
No one's even talking about it. And I still think we ripped them off, because 150 million, the way he's played this season and what he's added to the team, it's in no small measure to be. That's put us where we are. He's been the driving force.
Not only that, Gary, people are now stopping this Xhaka comparison, because Declan Rice is a huge upgrade. Don't get me wrong, Granit Xhaka has been doing his bits out there in Leverkusen, but everything is working how it should be working. We've now gone up a level in our midfield. Like, you got Partey, Rice, and Odegaard as a midfield 3. They are absolutely. They're going to run you into the ground. There's the physicality. They can all play ball.
I think what you got to remember is Xhaka was a great leader for us. Well, I know there was times when he lost his head, right, and he done silly things. but he was a great presence on that pitch over the youngsters. Yeah, he helped bring Sakas and the Martinellis and the Smith Rowes all up while he was there. And he didn't have the legs that Declan Rice had. You know, last season it was his best season. Was it 7 goals? I'm not too sure how many assists. Maybe Tony would be able to tell us. But for Rice to come in, equal the 7 goals that Xhaka scored, and also have 9 assists, and then you got Havertz, who was playing the 8, who's got 12 goals and 10 assists or whatever it is, something like that. So 2 players had fulfilled the role that Xhaka was fulfilling, but Declan Rice, when Partey's back, playing the 8, he's got the leadership, he's got the goals, and he's got the assists. And more than anything, he's got the legs to get up and down. He does not stop. So kudos to Arteta and kudos to Mr. Declan Rice.
For me, what really, really sold me about Declan Rice was we're away at Anfield. They've got 4 or 5 players breaking on us, and he is the lone man in front of the defense, and still defended the goal. Like when you look at it like that, and the amount of energy he brings, he also brings leadership because he was captain of West Ham. So now we've got Odegaard, who's been a captain. You've got Rice, who's been a captain. You got Thomas Partey. Like, you bring all of these leaders in, and we look so much better as a team.
Well, we went for a team. We went from a team that had Xhaka and basically no one else to a team that's Gabriel, Saliba, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka. They all come and they all bring the leadership qualities that you want in a team. Remember the days of Tony Adams, when if you've done something wrong, he would rollick you out because he was the captain. He was the leader. He demanded better from all of those around him. And it's kind of gone that way again because Odegaard, I read an article earlier on that they were saying about Odegaard and what he brings and how he demands this and tells people this and, you know, wants more from this person and how he comes across to the whole group. You know, so we've kind of gone, Arteta's reset us back to the days of these players like Adams and Keowns and Sol Campbells that led by example. And he's done that with Odegaard, and then everyone that he's put around him follows on. And it makes it, you've got 5, 6, 7 leaders on that pitch, all showing the courage that's needed.
Agreed.
Cool. So, guys, I've put the stats up on the screen for the end of the game. Let's go through them very briefly. XG 3.98, so we're slightly under on that with 3 goals. So we should have scored it by the XG. What that means is we should have scored 4 goals. Obviously, we really think we should have scored 7.
24 shots, 9 on target.
Yeah. Keeping Bournemouth down to 0.37. Well done. 24 against 7 shots. 9 shots on target against 2. You know, some of those misses were unbelievable. Let's put it that way.
I don't know if you caught the Declan Rice interview, Tony. He was just saying that he was so angry with himself for missing the first one in the first half.
Yeah. Touches in the opposition box, 54 to the 11. There's another stat here which also I'm not sure if I've got it. Yeah, Arsenal have now had 100 touches in the opposition box across their last 2 Premier League home games, which is Chelsea and Bournemouth.
Wow. That is crazy. That's a crazy stat. That just shows you how much we suffocate the opposition. Literally, they're retreating into their own 18-yard box. That is unheard of. It's unheard of.
So yeah, Apollo says that where he's at the food shop and everyone is listening to us guys talking about the game. So
Tell him to get me some rice and peas and a bit of jerk.
Great stuff, Apollo. So yeah, amazing stats that Arsenal, you know, we're
That's
suffocating.
that right there, Tone. That is an amazing statistic. That 100 touches in 2 games in the box of your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, we are suffocating teams. I also saw a stat in the midweek that Arsenal's back two are literally the halfway line is at 52.5 meters of the pitch. Yeah, because the pitch is 105 meters in length, and our 2 centre backs' average location is 50 meters up the pitch. That's their average location, which means that they're the highest ranked defence of up the pitch of any defence in Premier League.
Or is that Premier League history or just this Premier League?
Just the Premier League this season. So as good as Man City are, their back 4 or their back 2, whichever you consider, is generally at least a metre behind us. Most teams are obviously defending lot less than that, but it just goes to show, our press, our high line, our ability to, suffocate teams into their own half is phenomenal.
I think you both said it right today, because if one of them has a bad game, the other one is always there, and that's a sign of a great partnership.
Bukayo Saka just seems to be breaking records week in, week out. So again, today he becomes the first Englishman to score 20 plus goals in a single season for Arsenal since Theo Walcott in 2012-2013. It's just phenomenal. And it is a penalty, but
interview with Kai Havertz, guys. I don't. He's not quite there yet. He's just coming in now.
The cheers for a player who's been so influential in this title race. Kind to speak to you. To forget what it was Pennsylvania, how well do you think the team navigated their way through it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough game. We had lots of chances in the first half, especially. But we didn't manage to score them, and then it was tough the second half. I mean, they have a good team. Fair play to them. I think they played quite well. So I mean, at the end, we are very happy about the 3 points and the 2 goals as well.
I have to ask you about the penalty as well, because Mark Travers, their goalkeeper, was complaining that you sort of dangled a leg in there. How did you see it?
I mean, I haven't seen the replay, but I think he touches me. I think you see it closely from this angle. He commits in the contact. I mean, I think it's a penalty.
It is a penalty.
You're a clever player. You know that he's left himself exposed. What did you think, Kai? I mean, in the situation, I felt the contact and I went down. That's why, for me, it's a penalty. And I said to the goalkeeper as well, he touched me. So I think we understood as well on the pitch. So maybe it's not that clear, but you can give it for sure.
You're playing fantastically well at the moment, and you're really enjoying your football. You have a great relationship with Saka and Declan Rice. Is this the best we've seen you in this run of form? Is this your best form of your career? Because you're playing fantastically well.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I just enjoy it on the pitch right now. It's so nice. I mean, I have so many good players behind me, and it's just fun, to play at number 9 as well. I really enjoy that role, and I know it's 2 more games to play, and we're gonna give everything. I'm gonna give everything, and hopefully we can, enjoy the last 2 games and win those games, and then we see where we are going.
You said it was fun. How much are you enjoying playing under this manager? How has he really helped your development?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy every second. I mean, he learned me so many good things, especially at the beginning when it was tough for me. I'm so glad I'm here, and everyone was on my side. Everyone stick to me, even though maybe the first couple of months were hard. But sometimes in football, it's not easy.
Just explain that, the first few months. Of your career. Maybe by Leverkusen you were different class there, but I think now you're still at home. What is that? Just support that you get around you, and you're giving back now for that support.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I work hard, obviously, and for me, I'm a guy. For me, it's not easy to go into a new team with new teammates. I'm maybe sometimes kind of a shy guy, so it's not easy. I mean, you all know it. To go in a different team, different manager, and different players, it's sometimes tough. And I mean, I came from Chelsea. That didn't made it easier for me as well. But I knew that my time was coming, and I just stick to my plan. Everyone was helping me. As I said, the manager was helping me a lot, and the players as well. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here, and also the fans have been unbelievable.
You don't give a lot away with your body language, but I can see now the work rate is there, the movement is there, your ability in the air as well. It surprised me how good you are. You never rarely do you not win a header. You know, it's a real strength for you, but you ghost into these positions.
I think, I mean, I needed maybe to change my game a bit. I think when I came from Germany, I felt straight away it's not that easy to survive in the league with so many tough players. So I mean, I needed to adapt my game as well. I think I did it quite well, and right now I really enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy having contact with my opponents. I enjoy aerial duels as well. So it's for sure a different type of football over here, but it's fun coming out in your play. You can see that.
Can I ask you about Bukayo Saka as well? He obviously scored the penalty that you won. How impressed were you with just how cool he was, given the pressure of the situation in this title race?
Yeah, I think this guy's unbelievable. I think he shows it every week. I think he's 21, 22 right now. I think I've never seen a player like this before, and I think England can be so happy to have him. He's an unbelievable player, unbelievable guy, and yeah, so hungry every day. If you see him in training, is special. So yeah, and then to score goals like this in those circumstances, it's brilliant. I think.
England vs Germany in the final.
I hope so. I hope.
We know what happens.
Thank you, guys.
Well done. That's brilliant.
I praise for Saka there.
Yes, indeed, and I don't know if you can quite read those stats for Kai at the.
Yeah, I just saw them literally come up on the screen.
Can you read them out for me, Gaz? I'm just
Yeah, so
some more data.
Kai Havertz, he had 2 attempts, both on target, 54 touches, 28 passes. Passes in the final third. Half of his passes were in the final third today, which is a great stat. And key passes were 2. So excellent performance from Mr. Kai Havertz there. The only thing that's missing was a goal.
Yeah.
And he could have had a couple more assists as well. You know, excellent performance. Yeah, there's another thing there that they're just showing. So 91 games for Chelsea, 19 goals. 35 games for Arsenal, 12 goals. 7 assists for Chelsea, 6 for Arsenal already. Minutes per goal, was it 311 for Chelsea and 204 for Arsenal? So you can see there, just in them stats, how his performance has changed at being at Arsenal this season. Long may that continue.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that graphic up in a sec.
I think the last one was 204.
He's definitely silencing the doubters, like, and that's all you want, you know. At first, I was a little bit apprehensive about it. Didn't really see where he could fit into the Arsenal team, and you know, lo and behold, Mr. Stubborn Arteta, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make sure it works, and we're now seeing the benefits of this transfer from Chelsea. It's been a breath of fresh air.
What impressed me the most today with him was that when Bournemouth had a dangerous possession on the edge of our area, he was the one that was back there making tackles and nicking the ball. That, to me, for your number 9, is impressive. For your number 9 to be back there. I know you all defend as a team, but he's actually behind the midfield, making the tackles. First one to put in a shift to run back towards his own goal. That to me is fantastic play.
That comes from his central midfielder, instinct. Like Jesus tries to do it, but he's not as physical as Havertz. He does win the ball back a lot when a fit Jesus, like at the start of last season, and when he was in the team this season, he does try to do that work, but Havertz makes it look effortless. It doesn't look out of place when he does it. It always looks out of place when Jesus does it. You're like, Jesus, why don't you just go up front and just wait for the ball to come to you rather than you trying to dictate the play from back there?
Yeah,
I mean, with Havertz, he's a little bit more clever with the ball, and in the way that he does it.
Yeah. I think when Jesus come on, he just he made a good assist for Declan's goal, but you just think to yourself, just do that all the time. Just forget the extravagance. Forget the little lobs over people's heads. Forget beating the same man 17 times and not going anywhere. Just keep the ball simple and you will score goals and you will create goals. If he'd done that all the time, he would be a brilliant player to have in your team. But the way he plays, you just don't want it. They're showing the goal again. He turns the defender, there's the ball, and there's the finish from Declan Rice. There's a couple of times in that game where he's lost possession in a half-dangerous situation, and it could have backfired on us. You don't want to let them back in the game at 2-0. When the ball was played into him from Odegaard, and all of a sudden the ball's on the floor, but now his first touch has flicked it up, and he's trying to flick it over his head, over the player's head. But if they nick that and come back towards our goal when we've got players going the other way, we could come undone. So that's what I want to see him stop that. I want to see him just keep the ball simple and end off.
Interesting stat here. That was our highest XG for the season.
We're definitely showing that we want to win this league, man. We definitely want it.
So someone on Twitter said, I'm so unbelievably grateful to Mikel Arteta for turning the club around and giving us, Declan Rice has taken us to another level.
Yeah. I mean, I cannot help but say this.
Declan Rice has been a generational signing for us. To be this great in your first season at a new club and he's still only 25.
I mean, the funny thing is, Gal, as good as Declan Rice is, I honestly cannot say how much we have to play in debt to Kai Havertz because he's been phenomenal since the turn of the year.
Someone's put at this point, I think we need to send West Ham £20 million once we win the league. We really stole Rice from them.
We shook hands on 105, man. They don't need no more than that. They should be happy.
Yeah, I mean, all the components that he's put together this season, a lot of people doubted Havertz. I think I mind myself panned him in one game where he just looked disinterested. But, when you see the things that he does and the runs that he makes and the challenges that he wins and the duels that he wins in the air and he's tackling back. And then once he started scoring the goals and he knitted all of his game together, you're seeing a player that has been really, really good. Really phenomenal signing for the club.
The prize all going on.
Arsenal have now matched the 26 wins from the invincible season. Again, I have this conversation every now and again because I just refuse to get involved with discussions with people who dismiss Arteta. and think he's a rookie manager and he can't do this and he hasn't won that and this and that. And, you know, we shouldn't look at statistics because blah, blah, blah. He is competing against arguably one of the best built teams in the history of football. Yeah? Let me repeat that again. Mikel Arteta and this Arsenal team, this young Arsenal team, are competing in a league, in a Champions League, against one of the greatest built teams in the history of the game. What Pep Guardiola had the opportunity to do when he walked through the doors at Manchester City was take a team that was already the best in the league. Yeah, let's not forget, he didn't take over a team in mid-table. He didn't take a team from 8th place. Yeah, like Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, but has Guardiola ever done that in his career? No, he hasn't.
Exactly.
Every
So
club he
not
goes
only did
to
he take-
has already been champions or there or thereabouts.
Not only did he take a team that were already champions, Pellegrini's champions, yeah, and turned them into a beast, but he was financed to the rafters. Yeah, at a point that allowed him to unfairly, in my estimation, build a team capable of dominating football for years to come.
Well,
Let me
talking
get
about
this
that
out.
tone, talking
Let
about
me
that
land,
tone.
Gary. Hang on,
Sorry,
Gary.
go on.
Let me land. This team that Pep Guardiola has designed, yeah, should have won 3 Champions Leagues by now. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, talking about the unfair point, I read today that the 115 charges against City are literally 65% to be dropped. They will face no charges at all.
So it's.
And if you read that article,
I've not read the article, but I've seen stuff floating about, and I think it's more to do with putting more pressure on the Premier League to do something, because there's got to be some evidence in it. Do you know what I mean? To find 115 breaches, that's a lot. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's
that's the thing, though,
115.
isn't it? Look at Everton, 1 breach, points deducted. Forest, 2 breaches, points deducted. So if you'll find 115 breaches, there has to be the evidence, because you don't just go. That's like the police coming in your house right now, Lewis, and arresting you for 115 burglaries. Where's the evidence that you've done the burglaries? They must have evidence, right? They can't just do something and say there's 115 things that you've done without having the evidence there to support the 115 claims.
I know, but we will never know the full truth. You have to be involved in it to know the true ins and outs. And you know, Chelsea are being investigated. Whether that comes to fruition is another thing. You know, like, and there's no and now with this salary cap thing, and having City saying no, Chelsea have said no, United have said no, Villa have said no to it. It's almost like the league are looking to do something without doing something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And, you know, what is the point in having these rules and regulations and laws put into place if you're not going to police them to the letter? But you're only willing to police it to the letter when it's the smaller sides. It makes no sense. All the rules apply to everybody involved.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what it should be, shouldn't it?
Unfortunately, guys, this kind of corruption is prevalent in a load of places. You know, it's something that we in society, you know, look, we don't have to look too far for injustice that gets turned a blind eye to. Yeah, and that's where we're at now. Society is looking at the world and going, this is not right, and the world going, everybody's saying, no, this is wrong. This is not right what we are seeing. And the people in the places that matter, that can make changes and make decisions, are all turning and going, well, yeah, all right, we'll just move past that one, shall we? And that's unfortunately where we're at with Man City. They literally are at the point where, you know, their indiscretions are being turned a blind eye to. Before they did it, Barcelona did it.
Yeah.
We know Barcelona, fact, were paying referees.
Yeah.
Guess what? Nobody's saying everything. Nobody's saying anything. None of the authorities are going, well, hang on a second. Shall we not have a deeper dive and start challenging some of their wins?
Yeah, because that would mean that someone would have to admit that they knew or they didn't know, or this game would have to be overturned and this league would have to be stripped from them, and this Champions League, so on and so forth. And people just don't want to admit that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, and so, you know, we're in that situation as fans of a club that has tried to toe the line. You know, look, last year we didn't buy Raya because we were that close to financial fair play, so we had to work a deal that has worked in our favour. You know, has allowed us to have the player, and now we've agreed to make the purchase this summer. You know, whereas other teams haven't done that, and you know, we're in that era now. So, you know, ultimately, if I go back to the point which I was trying to make, is the fact that anyone who turns around and tries to make light of Arteta not being a good coach is absolutely bonkers.
He's definitely an excellent coach. The questions that some that you could say that he may still have to answer is, can he get this team rotation right? Can he, you know, we've seen more of it this season, granted, but can he get it spot on to allow the players like Saka and Saliba, you know, Ben White playing with an injury, you know, can he get it better? Can he get it spot on? Because that's what it's going to take. Your players all being fresh at the right time. I shouldn't be playing players with injury. Saka doesn't have to play every minute of every game. This is what he's got to get right.
Yeah.
There's no point in having players sitting on the bench and not doing nothing. You know, so still, that's the only. But I think, you know, tactically, he's really good.
Yeah, and you know what, Gary? The point I'm going to make is that everybody at Arsenal, when they're interviewed, says how well he coaches them. You know, Declan Rice last year at West Ham was a phenomenal player. He's come to Arsenal and he's turned around and he's gone, what the manager has shown me has opened up my game phenomenally. And that has to be, you know, lauded, because for you to take a player like Declan Rice, who was already a very good player, and turn him into what we're now seeing in a Rolls Royce, for him to do what he's doing with Kai Havertz, yeah.
So you just heard Havertz say exactly the same, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, Kai Havertz's stats, as you said, Gary. You know, you look at those stats for his time at Chelsea. 91 games in comparison to 35 for Arsenal, and he's already at 12 goals compared to 19. He's already assisted 6 times compared to 7 in 3 times as many games. And his minutes per goal is way better than it was at Chelsea. And that's in that, when you consider in that 33 or 35 games, you know, the first half of the season, he was just learning. It's only
first
really now.
half just learning, and then playing in a left-sided 8, a left-sided defensive 8, left-sided attacking 8, and now a 9. So 3 different positions that he's played. You know, and it just speaks volumes for what Arteta's done.
Yeah. So, you know, I just can't agree, you know, with anybody who's going to give. And, you know, Stan, I know you're there listening. Thanks for your comment. If you want to come on, I'm pretty certain you're going to have something to say about the performance. You know, we always love to hear your commentary at the end of the game. You know, look, there's so many stats this season that you can't just turn a blind eye to. Stan is clearly saying, you know, consistently that Saka is not a good enough wingman, but he keeps coming up with goals and assists. And
no,
you
I
know,
think Stan's actual point, Tony, is that Saka doesn't go past his defender. I don't think he's saying that Saka is not a good winger.
But I believe that's by design, Gary. I honestly think that is by design.
Listen, the way I see it, I don't really care if someone is beating someone on the inside or the outside. Listen, if they're popping up with goals and assists, I'm an happy man. It doesn't matter how it's done.
Yeah. You know, people who question the purchase of this man, is Ramsdale a better goalkeeper? Well,
I still think Ramsdale's a better goalkeeper, but Raya claims more in the air than Ramsdale, and he's better with his feet than Ramsdale. I still think Ramsdale's the better shot stopper. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we've seen a couple of instances where David Raya, I don't think he's one of them keepers that likes to come into contact with flying boots and that. Whereas Aaron Ramsdale, we saw it last year against Bournemouth, didn't we? When they was 2-0 up and the ball got squared in, and he's come out diving at the player's feet to make a save to stop it from going 3-0. So I don't think Raya's that type of keeper. But that's the English in Ramsdale, I suppose, compared to the Spanish in Raya. So listen, you can't have both. But if Raya can make the big saves when necessary, then there's no problem.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, Gal, are Arsenal a big enough club to go out there and get a better keeper than Raya? Because let's be honest, out there in the world, because we have to look at the world market and go, right, who's a better keeper than Raya? Manuel Neuer, Edison, Alisson, the Real Madrid goalkeeper. I can't even say his name.
What Courtois?
Well, Courtois isn't playing at the moment. He's injured.
Yeah, they got Lund in it.
So that's why I'm saying, is he, like David Raya, like Martin Odegaard, going to be surplus to requirements at the end of the season? Could he be something we look at?
Has it not penalty? It's clear foul. So I'm watching the Newcastle game. Yeah, I mean, I don't really watch much other football than Arsenal, to be perfectly honest with you. But there must, if there is another keeper out there that is good enough, who knows? I mean, I wouldn't know.
I think we were linked with Nick Pope at one time.
Nick Pope is not the guy. Nick Pope, he's a good shot stopper, but he doesn't play with his feet. He's not better than Aaron Ramsdale. You know, Ramsdale can hit the big diagonals and stuff like that. Pope can't do that. And I think Ramsdale's actually better with his feet than Pickford. But Pickford gets to England #1 because he's had the jersey first. But I don't think there's a lot of difference between Pickford and Ramsdale.
Okay. So then you asked the question, you know, Ramsdale is more than likely going to be going off this summer because he obviously needs to be in a team that he's going to play in to maintain his England career. And obviously he deserves to play in a first team somewhere. But who do we bring in?
David De Gea.
Interesting.
Well, you can't bring in a young keeper because if Raya gets injured, you need experience, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go with someone like De Gea.
De Gea won't come to Arsenal, though. Let's be honest. He won't want to be sat on a bench week in, week out.
Yeah, but at the moment, what's he doing? Nothing. Training at Altrincham Town.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a club.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that he may be multi-millionaire, but you're telling me if someone else, they offer him decent money to come sit on the bench, he's not going to do it.
Yeah. So here we go. We got the who scored stats for the game. 2 shots by Partey, 1 on target. 3 shots by Martin Odegaard, none on target. 3 shots by Declan Rice, 1 on target. 6 shots by Bukayo Saka, 3 on target. Kai Havertz with 2 shots, 2 on target. 4 shots by Leandro Trossard, 1 on target. Shots by William Saliba, 1 on target. 1 Gabriel. Looked like everyone had a shot.
Apart from Tomiyasu, who had 1 cleared off the line.
So yeah, literally everybody had a shot in that game. It was
apart from Raya. So get Ramsdale back in the team. He ain't had a shot.
Key passes: 5 by Bukayo Saka, 3 by Declan Rice.
I think it was a total. I think it was a total performance. You know, we're looking at these stats, seeing like key passes and chances created, and everyone's had a shot. You know, that's 10 apart from Ben White.
Yeah.
Gabriel had a goal disallowed. Saliba had pulled a save from the keeper. So Matthew had 1 headed off the line. That's our back 3 of our back 4.
Yeah.
The only one that hasn't had a shot is Ben White.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So that's an amazing stat.
Yeah. Aerial duels, 6-1 by Tomiyasu. Phenomenal.
I thought he had a really good game today because that Semenyo is a tricky customer, and Tomiyasu had him in his pocket.
Yeah. You had 4 aerial duels, 1 by Kai Havertz. Again, look, I think he's unlucky not to be made man of the match because, he's literally just become such a phenomenal player in our team in terms of his contribution both defensively and offensively.
Yeah, 100%.
3 aerial duels, 1 by Thomas Partey. That has to be recognised. 2 by Ben White, 1 by Gabriel Magalhaes. Touches on the ball, 89 by Martin Odegaard.
I mean, in the first half, Odegaard was imperial. Like the way he put some balls through, Trossard through, Saka through, Havertz through. He looked like he was just having fun out there, and he just made it look so easy.
Yeah. Then obviously goals from Declan Rice, Leandro Trossard, and Bukayo Saka. Assist by Declan Rice and Gabriel Jesus. Yellow cards for Thomas Partey and Kai Havertz. So overall, a magnificent performance from the team. The steel wall get another clean sheet. Ooh. Who was that? Brentford nearly scored. Just hit the post. So let's get on to our player ratings, shall we, Gal?
Let's do it, mate. Let's do it.
So once again, I'll bring up the teams, the players who started the game. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, why not? So David Raya, comfortable game for him, really. Wasn't really tested in any way, shape, or form. What he did have to do, though, he done to the maximum of his capabilities. I'm going to give David Raya a 7.5. Ben White had a good game, really quite unrecognised today. He wasn't trying to undo goalkeepers' gloves at corners, wasn't his normal pet self, but he was effective in defending, got forward a couple of times to support Bukayo Saka, so 7.5. Saliba and Gabriel, I always do them together because I think they just come as one. You know, if one makes a mistake, the other one's there. I still think they're the best centre back pairing in the Premier League, if not Europe, if not even world football. I think they are just so good together. I'm going to give them both 8s. Gabriel scored a wonder goal, but unfortunately it was ruled out for offside. Saliba was strong in the tackle, had a barnstorming run forward, and brought a good save out of the keeper. So I think really excellent games for the pair of them. Tomiyasu, I thought he won every duel. He wasn't run past. The ball didn't go over his head once. He pocketed that Semenyo, who's a dangerous customer. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I thought he was superb. Thomas Partey, I thought he had a really solid game in midfield. Very rarely caught on the ball. Used the ball well, as he does. I'm going to give him an 8. Declan Rice, another phenomenal game from him. I'm going to give Declan Rice a 9.5. For the simple fact is an assist, and I can't wait to actually see where he starts his run from to get on the end of the pass from Gabriel Jesus to finish the 3rd goal, because he was nowhere in the picture when Jesus picked up that ball. And in the 90th minute, when you're making that type of run at that speed and velocity and power, that's a special attribute. So I'm going to give him a 9.5. Martin Odegaard, in the first half, he was just imperial. Some of the through balls he played were phenomenal, and how Arsenal didn't actually go in more than the 1 up is beyond me. Odegaard gets a 9. Bukayo Saka wasn't really in the game, but was in the game, if that makes sense. He didn't really do a lot, but he was always there or thereabouts, and he tucks the penalty away coolly. I'm going to give him an 8. Trossard, probably the worst of the front 3, wasn't involved, but then he pops up with a brilliant finish with his right foot. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Kai Havertz gets my man of the match. I thought he was outstanding today. I'm going to give him a 9.6. Just shading Declan Rice. He could have had a couple of assists. He got brought down for the penalty. He could have had a couple of goals. He was back. He was defending. He was tackling. You know, he was breaking up stuff. He was intercepting the ball. Absolutely phenomenal performance from your number 9. So 9.6. And Arteta gets a 9.5. Picked the right team. Made the substitutions. Martinelli, I'm just going to give him a 2 for falling over when clean through. Jesus gets a 7 for the assist for Declan Rice. But I just want Jesus to keep it simple. When he keeps it simple with the skill that he has, there's a serious player there. But you've got to get the showboating and these little flicks and stuff out of his game. He doesn't need it all the time. He keeps it simple more often than not. He will score a bucket load and he will create a bucket load. And there's a place for him at Arsenal.
So Gary's asking Jesus to not eat food to survive. What he does on a football field is innate to how he grew up playing football. They can't take that out of his game. That's how he grew up playing. Probably play on the playgrounds that way. It won't change. It'll never change.
Listen to what I said.
Change.
He doesn't need to do it. Well, it did change because when he set up Kai Havertz, he had the ball He beat the player once, passed the ball once, and it was in the back of the net a couple of seconds later. When he received the ball from Odegaard, halfway inside the Arsenal half, the ball was on the floor. Was it not, Tony? The ball came to him on the floor. He flicked it up. He tried to flick it over the head. Right, he wins a free kick. But if the Bournemouth guy nicks that, they're then going back towards our goal while we're coming this way. If they score, it goes 2-1. It's a nervy 5 minutes.
Gary, I understand all of that. His game is not changing. It's a little bit late to have to change his game.
Well,
if you grew up playing football a certain way, and that's what you do, and skill and flair is part of your game, and it's baked into your game, it's not going to change.
But the thing that you say that Bertram is, you have to be able to do both things in the game. Now, let's look at flair players. Yeah, some of the greatest flair players in the world could just play simple football. Yeah?
Look at Messi. Messi's got all the flair you want, but Messi will keep things so simple it hurts.
Yeah, no, Messi's flair is a little bit different than Jesus' flair. And Messi grew up playing football in Spain.
Yeah,
He didn't grow up football playing in South America, frankly. But I understand what you're saying. His decision making can be better. That's what his decision making can be better. It's not the flair. Decision making can be better.
And you know, we've seen the likes of Danielson, was it? Who used to play in not our Danielson, the Danielson that used to play in Spain. You know, he was a million step overs. Robinho
was step over king.
And you know, it was like, really, you know, and then, you know, you got flair players like JJ Okocha. You know, he would turn players inside out, but he had so much end product.
Right.
That's what it boils down to, right? Is the end product. Are you scoring enough goals, and are you creating assists for your teammates? And unfortunately,
he lacks composure in front of goal, right?
When Jesus comes into it,
frankly,
he's trying to do the extravagant too much, and it's not working. Like the first couple of things he done in the game, lost the ball.
Yes.
But we didn't see a player lose the ball all game. But he comes on.
We have, but very few instances. And he came in and lost 2 in a trot when he got a 5-yard pass. I agree with that. But he did. But then when
you look at what he does for the Rice goal, you think, hold on a minute. If you've done this more, like you beat the man once, you didn't go back outside him, you come inside, and you use the ball straight away. Why can't you do that more and leave all that other crap in the dressing room?
So here's another point, though. Did Rice force him to do that? And what do I mean by that? Rice is coming from deep, putting himself in a position to receive the pass, right? He's running really hard. So if you're Jason, you see him, can you ignore him in that situation?
Yeah, but there will be times where Jesus will use that runner as a distraction and try and shoot himself, or ignore both options and turn back outside the player he's just turned inside.
That's true.
So if you beat, I say to a couple of my boys, why you need to beat the same player 3 or 4 times? You beat him once, use the ball, or go towards goal. You don't need to turn back out, back in, back out.
I can tell you we're not a dribbler. You have no idea the pleasure of.
Are you mad? But Bertram, listen, I'm hanging up right now. How dare you, Bertram? I'm going.
You have to experience that.
Bertram, I'll have you know, in my pomp, I was rated as the best left back outside the Premier League.
That's what you said, left back. You didn't say left winger. You said left back. Exactly my point.
I was a mixture of Roberto Carlos and Ashley Cole, let me tell you.
Oh, okay. That means you have some skill.
I had major skill.
Put that man on the ground and when you look down on him when you beat him, you're just like, oh, I did that. It's together.
So there's some more stats that I've got, guys. Arsenal now have been 4 Arsenal players have now been directly in 15 plus goals in the Premier League this season, more than any other side.
That's a mad stat.
So,
Yeah.
you know, we were breaking stats galore last season.
But can you imagine now if Gabriel Jesus was in this list?
Well, he hasn't scored since January, right? So he's
Well,
a lot of teams.
that tells you who you need to know about him. But if you look at all the other players, with the exception of Odegaard, all the other players play simple football. Odegaard is the only extravagant player on that list who has the flair. But even he will beat the man, but he still keeps it simple. He doesn't want to flick it over people's heads. He just wants to create the chances. That's why Gabriel Jesus
he does take a lot of touches sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes his overplay is too much.
Yeah, he takes a lot of touches.
Agreed.
But that's his game.
Agreed.
That's his game.
That's his game. Absolutely.
That's his game. And he does it well too. He doesn't lose the ball a lot. Even when he take sometimes even unnecessary touches, he doesn't lose the ball a lot. So
Martinelli is missing from this list. Last season he would have been on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a tough season. He has some injuries, but he's had a difficult season.
And he just doesn't. I mean that one-on-one where he's running down and he lets the defenders come past him. Last season he would have run. He'd have been clear of those players.
Yeah, He's had a tough season. Hopefully next season will come better. The question is, how do we enhance the team? That's the question.
Well, the trouble is there, Bertram. The way that we're going and the projectile that we're taking, you don't have room for no passengers.
Right. And
so
it's going to be interesting to see how we go forward, actually. Yeah.
We can't say that, Martinelli has had a really bad season. Let's see how he gets on next season. Because you're looking at it like the decline and the drop-off has been so fast. It looks like a different player. Was it a fluke season?
Yeah.
Are we seeing the real Martinelli here? I hope not.
Well, he's young, right? But it's unfair to compare him to a seasoned vet. But when we see Partey play or don't play, we see Partey's quality continuously, right? He may have one or two interesting games, but the quality is always there. We don't always see the quality there with Martinelli. Different position, but we don't always see the quality there.
Yeah, but the position shouldn't matter. Quality is quality, right? Whether you play goalkeeper, centre back, wherever you play, if you've got quality, you've got quality.
That's true.
So if you come on to play on the left wing and you're put clean through, you've got pace. You should be able to race away. But you get into a position, if you can't finish on your left foot, then don't put the ball on your left foot. If you're predominantly right-footed, go the other way and finish the game.
I think his left foot is better than Saka's right foot. That's what Tony. Because I see Saka's right foot again today. His right foot again today. And I think about Tony and says, and Tony said he has a right foot. I wonder if his right foot is like Tony's right foot. That's what I was thinking.
Tony's still recovering from the game that he played 3 weeks ago. Leave him alone.
It's true.
Yeah. No, but look, it's a good win. It shouldn't. The game should have been put away a long time ago. I think we got more chances. I don't know what the stats say, Tony, but to me, we had more clear-cut chances than we probably have had all season, frankly. Even
that first half was
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Partey shot. Havertz. No, not Havertz. Trossard.
Yeah, Havertz had the one shot in the first half, didn't he, where the keeper made a good save?
Yeah, Rice, Saka. The one Saka got, he could have walked that ball into the goal.
Yeah, that was really poor, man.
Was at a penalty spot. I mean, they were clear-cut. Odegaard. I mean, so many chances that we didn't put away, and I was thinking they may come back and bite us, but we got over the line, so it's a good thing. Now we got to go play Man U, and everybody thinks it's a done deal. I don't think it's a done deal with Man U. I think they put up a fight. It's at their place. It'll be a challenging game, but we have to hold.
But we said when you look at it, Bertram, you consider that Chelsea have found form. We thought that was going to be a difficult game. We handled it comfortably. Spurs was the potential banana skin.
Well, the Spurs game was not. People don't. I view the Spurs game differently. I don't think we played exceptionally well against Spurs. I think we scored a lot of goals, but you look at the goals and the run of play, yeah, we won easily because the goals we gave up were just playing dumb or mistakes on our part. But I don't think we dominated Spurs. If you look at the game, unbiased, but we had 3 goals up in no time, right?
Yeah, I think Spurs were in the ascendancy, weren't they? But then once we scored, it was pretty much kind of one-way traffic. And then in the second half, we controlled the game really well.
Yeah, Saka's goal was the only really great good goal, and that was after a penalty call, or supposed penalty call on our end, where we clipped Kulusevski in the box, and it wasn't called. So, but I would agree that the Chelsea got chances too. Chelsea got like 3 clear-cut chances, even though I think that was an easier game for us actually. But we'll see what happens with Man U. We're playing away from home, and it was great to go up to Spurs and beat Spurs on their turf.
Yeah,
which we don't really do a lot actually, right? It's always the in our game against Spurs, the home team is always at that significant advantage in those games, and normally come out on top actually. But
I look at the Man United team now. Anthony on the wing, Rashford on the other wing, Højbjerg up front, and I just think, really and truly, with the way we defend, none of those players represent a real threat. If anyone represents a threat, it's going to be Bruno Fernandes.
Rashford can be a threat on his day. His day is not being here this year.
Rashford always scores against Arsenal. He always scores a wonder goal against Arsenal.
Yeah, he did the last time we played them at home.
Last couple of games, he scored a wonder goal.
Yeah, he didn't score all season. He scored against us before, this year. So, I think we were his 4th goal of the season, weren't we? So
probably could have been.
Yeah, you never know. But look, we're in good form. We're playing well. We play really well away from home, actually. Probably better than we play at the Emirates. So the hope is that we go there, get a result, and hope City just draw a game. I hope
what would be interesting is if City drop points against Wolves and we go there 3 points clear, knowing that a win keeps us 3 points clear.
If City drop points against Wolves, well, if we're 3 points clear, we're going to win the league. Because a goal difference will give us that advantage, right? Given City has 4 games left, even though they can make up the goal difference because they can score a ton of goals sometimes. But we're not giving up goals and we're scoring goals, so I think we'll maintain that goal difference advantage. The question is, will City give up anything? Because I think Nottingham Forest should have beaten them the last time they played. Actually,
yeah. Critchwood had 2 really good chances. If Forest would have had the big guy playing, I think that would have been a different story.
Yeah. What's his name? Iwanoi, whatever his name is. He's injured for the rest of the season. But Woods missed 2 sitter actually because he can't untie. He can't get his feet in the right place.
He missed a sitter. Funny enough, I was watching a little bit of their game just now, and he missed another sitter.
Yeah, at the far post. Gibbs White, that cross on Gibbs White. Yeah, he put it wide. But Sheffield is giving them a hard time, and just almost went 2 up now. But look, it's been a good season so far. My concern is this: are we going to be like Liverpool with City? So Liverpool run them hot for like 4 years, only won 1 title. The last 2 years we're running them really. We're now in that area. We're pressuring them, and they're still coming on top. Right? They're still in the position now. It's in their hands right now if they win all their games. So I hope we don't end up like Liverpool trying to dethrone City because it's tough to play well and not have the outcome you want.
So again, I'll reiterate, the point to remember is financially, Manchester City are now so dominant in terms of their capability. They're no longer having to worry about financial fair play. Their revenue is phenomenal. Yeah, they now balance their books to the point that they are now securing some significant commercial deals, and they can now go out there and buy the best of the best. I mean, they're going out now and they're buying a Doku. That guy walks into our team.
Yeah, but I think we'll be able to get there eventually. When you're finishing second, you're going to get commercial deals, right? The question it won't be at City's level, but you're going to get deals.
Yeah.
See, I think what it is you've got to match your results against City, but you have to take care of the other teams that you play. So we dropped points against West Ham. You know, lost against West Ham at home. That should never happen.
Mm.
You know, we know it's football.
We dropped 6 to Villa, which is
That's it. But listen, we know it's football and anything can happen, but you've got to have your standard that high that doesn't happen. Because if you take care of your results against your nearest challenger, but you can pick up the points in the other games, that's going to win you the league.
But Tony's point is a good one. It's a much more big picture point, which is to compete. You need to be able to attract the same level of players City is attracting and have the resources to get those players. And right now, the resources, City has moved from nothing commercially to being in the top 5 in Europe.
Absolutely.
Right? Look where they were before. So they spent money to make money.
Yeah.
We're now spending money to make money, which the Cronkies weren't doing, right? They're in the self-sustained mode. They weren't taking any risks. They weren't borrowing any money. And now they have done that in some respects. And now we're seeing the outcome on the field because we spent money the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of gone past Manchester United. We've gone past Chelsea. You know, we're now, you know, our earnings this season could exceed Liverpool. But we're still behind Manchester City in certain respects. You know, they got such a huge hand up because remember when we were building the stadium, they got handed the stadium. They inherited the Olympic Stadium or the Commonwealth Games Stadium.
Yep. Not to forget that they're owned by a state.
Yeah. So they're owned by a state, and so I always have to caveat everything in terms of how well we're doing. That we're competing in an uneven field.
Well, here's the question though, Tony. What's going to happen to those 100+ charges? Where does that come out? That's still there in the background. That's the elephant in the room. But
if you read certain articles today, Bertram, that said them 115 charges are not going to count for anything. They're going to be washed away.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. They got washed away in Europe, which normally things get washed away if you have good lawyers.
I think it's interesting though because when you consider that in the summer, Manchester City wanted Declan Rice, and Declan Rice chose to come to Arsenal, and he's been the difference maker for us.
Well, Declan Rice actually said the other day that the Arsenal project was more exciting.
Yeah, that's the significant thing for me. Is I look at that and I go, right, if I'm a big time player at another club and I have a choice to make between Manchester City, Real Madrid, and Arsenal, I have a decision to make. I could go into Arsenal and play, or I could be a piece of Manchester City or Real Madrid.
Well, I think Madrid would be people's first choice, just given the weather in Spain.
Yeah.
The history of the club. But I would not be living in Manchester. Sorry. Hey, if you're Manchester, I hate to say this, but I'm not living in Manchester. So
they live in Cheshire, don't they?
I'm not living in Manchester.
They all live in leafy Cheshire.
Yeah.
It's not. There's not a choice between the three. There is Real Madrid or Barcelona, because I love living in Barcelona. I would love to do that. London, and then Manchester is way down, which is a last resort. It's not in the first. That's my choice. No.
It's way down low.
So some players think about that actually. I'm sure Rice will stay in London. I'm sure Rice will stay in London. Yeah.
So it's definitely a consideration. It's definitely a consideration.
I think whatever happens this season, the rest of this season, if we win it or not, it's going to be. He's got to get it right in the summer with who he brings in and who he lets go.
But the question is, what do we need and what do we want? Right? Where do we have needs and where do we have, I'm calling it nice to have, some wants that we have? Because Timber will come back.
Yeah.
Like he's ready to come back, right? Which covers you as center half and also covers you in one of the wing back positions. The way Kai Havertz is playing, do we need a 9?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's a tough question to answer, isn't it? Because Havertz has stepped up in the last few games, but is it the answer? I think he's the answer over Jesus 100%.
And
But
if you
is
get
he
a
the
9,
answer?
Jesus go. If you get a 9, Jesus gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is literally, I believe, a quandary for Mikel Arteta and Edu this summer is, do you capitalize on certain players and take the money if it's offered for the likes of Partey, Jesus, dare I say Martinelli? If someone were to come in for Martinelli,
To be perfectly honest with you, Tony, if someone come in for Martinelli with a sizable bid, I would sell.
yeah, great goal by Bruno Guimaraes just now.
He's on our list of.
He's on our list.
Potential, but he's expensive though.
They paid 36 million for him, didn't they? 47 million, maybe 43.
I think we pursued him though. He didn't
Yeah,
wanna...
he chose them over us.
Yeah,
basically. And now you want to go pay 100 million for him?
And Isak also is a choice.
It's the goal. I think the 100 million gets caught up in our conversations too much. It's the going rate.
Yeah, but would you pay 100 million for Bruno Guimaraes?
It's the going rate, I think.
I'm not sure I would pay 100 million for him. Sorry, 100 million for Declan Rice. 100 million for Declan Rice. You could see what you was getting. But I had no problems paying 100 million plus for Declan Rice because you see him at West Ham every season doing what he does.
I don't think any player who's a prolific goal scorer is worth 100 million pounds. Sorry, I don't. If you're not putting the ball in the net, you're not worth 100 million pounds.
Yeah, well, Guimaraes will score your goals.
Yeah, but he score your goals. Yeah, he score your goals. But is he a prolific goal scorer?
I think not for me. Not for me.
Look, he does everything, right? He's an all-do-everything midfielder. He's not just a 6.
Yeah,
he's a 6, he's an 8. He's an excellent player.
I think the problem we face, guys, is, look, it's the way of inflation in football. We were all surprised when Trevor Francis went for 1 million. And here we are now balking at 100 million. I'm thinking, well, hang on a second, is that too much for a player?
So here's my problem with all of that, Tony, which is this. The other leagues are not paying that price that we're paying in the Premier League.
Because that's all the money's over here. That's why.
We have nobody in the Champions League in the last 4 this year. Now, it may be an aberration that this happened, because City probably should have been there. But it does say something about you, which is, are you just not scouting like Brighton does and get the best players versus just go look for ready-made talent, which may be overpriced?
You can say that, Bertram, but then you look, Odegaard, 30 million we paid. The Spurs paid 60 million for Maddison. And everyone at the time was crying for us to get Maddison. You remember them? All the get Odegaard, go get Maddison.
20 million is English tax. 20 million is English tax. Come on.
Well,
he's a good player. No, don't get me. Maddison's a very good player, right? Not having the best season in the second half of the season. He was good in the first half of the season. But 20 English players, you're going to overpay. Harry Maguire was 80-something million pounds, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's because Man United went into
English tax and some of it. Here's a question for us, though. Nketiah, Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, all English, need to be in the 8 that we have. I said, bring in some academy players or go buy an ready-made English player. They may need to go next year. Right? What do you do in those instances? They're going to bring in decent money, each of them, actually.
Yeah.
That's about 80 million between the 3, I think. Maybe
maybe a bit more. Smith Rowe's going to be 40, Eddie 30, and Reece 20. About 90 million there. If not 100 million, you can push it up to. The thing is, when Arsenal sell players, they just might as well give them away, buy 2, get 1 free.
No, we do a poor job of selling. That's what we do.
We want to do the Daniel Levy tactic and demand top dollar. Start high and receive a little offer down there. Not start at 15 million and take 20.
That's the one thing I beat Edu about. We do a poor job of selling, like atrocious. Atrocious. We don't get back anything, so you have to dip into your pocket basically, where you could use that money for something else. Look at look at what's his name, that Leno that went to Fulham. He was under 10 million pounds. Who does that? You give him away.
That's right. That's right.
When those 9 million.
Actually, the worst was Aubameyang. The worst was Aubameyang because we tore up his contract and Barcelona made 25 million off of him.
The only thing I would say about that, though, I contradict myself a little bit, is that we pay so much in salaries, teams are not paying that. So you have to discount the purchase price, the acquisition price, to compensate for the excess salary because the players are not taking a pay cut, right? That's part of the challenge we have, but we still give away players. Guendouzi, everybody we give away, people make profits on them. Guendouzi was a decent profit for Marseille. We have to do a better job of that. But having said that, we're bringing in more money this year.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can go out and get the. Do we have needs or do we have wants? That's the question.
I think we have both.
Where are the needs?
The needs is another centre midfielder.
That's if Partey leaves, you mean? Or you still think we need one even
I think we need to consider his injury record in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but if you're keeping Jorginho, Partey, and Rice,
he's as good a season as Jorginho has had. Yeah, think about his age.
No, listen, I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
not relying on Jorginho next season.
Yeah, so I understand that, but you're saying we go sign another midfielder. But I'm saying if you've got Partey, Jorginho, and Rice that can all play the 6, who are you going to sign to come in the middle of them 3 to make 4 that can all play the 6? It makes no sense.
I would revisit that, Tony, and say we need a dynamic 8. So then Rice can be flexible between playing the 8 and the 6.
6, yeah.
Right?
That would make more sense, Bertram, to go and sign the dynamic 8, so Rice can just literally play
where you need him, basically.
When you need him in the 6.
Could Guimaraes be that guy?
No, he could. And actually, he'd be interchangeable with Rice. They can play a double pivot. Each of them can play the 8. They're very versatile, which is what Arteta wants. Versatile players who are flexible players. Rice can even play centre half, actually, as a backup centre half. That's where he started playing. Yeah. So then you have very versatile players in your team who are also very good on the ball, have all the attributes you're looking for to be, well placed in the middle of the park. Then the question is, I think we need 2 wingers, frankly. I think we need 2 wingers to compete with Saka. And frankly, on the left, we just need 2 wingers.
The thing is, with the one to compete with Saka, Saka's not going to get dropped in any game. We've seen that.
No, I don't agree with that. I think, I'm going to give you an example. If a Neto could stay fit, he could.
I would have Pedro Neto all day long, but he can't stay fit.
That's what I'm saying. He could stay fit. He could give Saka competition.
But
he's much more dynamic.
He'll play one game. He'll play 1 or 2 games, miss 3 months.
Yeah, I know. But
you can't sign players with that kind of record.
He can give Saka competition.
If you get Neto on a free transfer, fair enough. But you can't be paying 50, 60 million for someone that can't stay fit to play 20 games.
So can we pay $100 million and get what's his name from Milan, Leo from Milan, to play left?
No, Leo doesn't do the defensive side of the game. I keep telling Tony this.
No, you know why? Well, the person marking him will not be doing any offensive side, so he may balance himself out. Because you gotta stay deep. You gotta give him 10 yards to play against him.
Listen, don't get it wrong. I would love to see Leo. I would drive to Milan in my bus. I will pick him up. I will drive him back to wherever he wants to go. I would love the guy to be at Arsenal. But
I think the winger position is possibly the most easy position to find options, because there are several, not just in Europe, but also in South America. You could go to South America and find a winger a dime a dozen.
Yeah, but will they perform in the Premier League? There's a difference,
Well, let's look at Rafinha.
Yeah, but we can also look at Anthony. We can, for everyone you name, we can name another one.
Touche.
I don't get the Gibbs. I keep seeing the stories about Gibbs White. I don't get that.
By the way, I wasn't sold on Gibbs White at the beginning of the season. I don't think he's a winger. I think he's a very flexible player. I think he's more of a 10. But he's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's a dynamic player. He's a good player.
I mean, here's a name. He's young, but I think he's a very good winger. Madueke.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. If dynamic, by the way.
Yeah.
I agree. I said that the other day. I was watching Chelsea Spuds,
Yes.
and I said I do like that Madueke.
Yeah.
And he got English. He satisfied the English quota too.
Absolutely.
Right. He was.
Chelsea
He also was a
Chelsea
Spurs
wouldn't
player,
send him to
so
us.
he ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
He was a Spurs player. He ticks all the boxes. No, he's a very dynamic player, by the way. Very dynamic. Yes. Look, it's going to be interesting to see what we do in the offseason. But to compete with City, you need two players in every position, basically.
Absolutely.
So Ramsdale will probably go. Who do we get as backup goalkeeper?
Gary and I were thinking about this.
Well, I said go and get De Gea
To do what?
as the backup goalkeeper.
No, we're not getting there.
Well, the thing is, it's got to be an older guy, right? Because you can't get a youngster with no experience. Because even if it happens to Raya, and then you're relying on a youngster to come in and play in the first team, you're in trouble. The couple of ones that we got in the under-21s, I can't see them stepping up.
Yeah, goalkeeper is always the toughest position because you want competition, but you don't want competition. Right? You don't really want competition. You say you want competition, but you don't really want competition. So what does that mean? Only one guy can play in that position. I don't know what we do about the goalkeeper situation.
It's got to be someone with experience that can step into the first team if Raya gets injured. If Raya's out long term, you've got to have a guy that can step up and play a majority of the season.
And Ramsdale is also English. You always got to think about the 8, you know. 8 is important. I know we sort of skip over that, but we just talk about Reece Nelson, Nketiah, Smith Rowe, Ramsdale, all English. And you need 8 in your team, and who all 8 can play also. So it's not as easy as replacing them like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you bring up some academy players. Like
as a winger, I would go and get that Bradley Barcola from PSG.
Oh, he's a good player.
Goes past his man like the man ain't even there.
I watched the kid play for Leverkusen, play forward. He's been injured for half the season. I was impressed with him. I think he's Nigerian. Can't recall his name.
Victor Boniface?
Yeah, I was impressed with him, actually. I saw him play. He got the whole package. And he would got to look for a cheaper option. We can't spend all our money just on a center forward.
Yeah, I think Leverkusen, with the season that they had, they're definitely not going to be a selling club this summer.
And they go in Champions League.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to. Well, there may be reason for them to sell. We don't know how much money they're generating, but.
Yeah.
But he also didn't start a lot of game in the second half of the season because Schick has been playing really well. So they have some other options.
Yeah.
But my point is this, Tony, which is how come other clubs can find all these players for a much cheaper price and we can't?
It's not used inside my head. I was just thinking the same thing.
Look across Europe. I mean, it's amazing. So many of game have shown very prominent, especially in major competition, and we can't find any of those players. We just got to go buy ready-made £100 million player.
Yeah.
Something else.
And it is. It's a balancing act, isn't it? You've got to be able to source those kind of players that Brighton are clearly sourcing on a regular basis. Edu needs to get more of the Brazilian players in. You know, they're there. They are there.
Well, Brazilian or Argentinian. I don't know anything about Argentina for us. I see City go to Argentina. We don't go to Argentina.
Yeah.
We just go where Edu's backyard is. He needs to expand his remit. Right? You can't just go to your backyard to go get talent, where City's going to Argentina and pick up all these players in Argentina.
I mean, you know, when you
isn't Nelson Vivas our scout in South America?
Yeah, that's right. You're supposed to be going Colombia, Venezuela.
He's Argentinian.
All
you know the problem, guys. The gems in South America. The gems in South America want to go to Madrid and Barcelona.
But right? The money is in England. Let's be honest. Those guys.
Madrid has money.
Let's be honest. Yeah. If you look at Shakhtar Donetsk, they have about 1 million Brazilians every year. They get a shed load of Brazilians.
Yeah, but Tony, they get work permits. Tony, they get work permits easy.
Yeah, but
work permits are a problem for England.
Edu can do a thing, man. Edu can do a thing. He's got a connection.
I think
the dodgy Portuguese backhander. You're now Portuguese. There you go.
We have that with Brazilian. That's why you see Sporting Lisbon, Porto. They all get a lot of South American Brazilians.
Yeah,
Brazilians actually. Yeah. Well,
guys, I'm gonna finish with my player ratings, Bertram, your player ratings, and then final thoughts. Because we've had a good conversation, and never pleasurable day. Let me bring it up. Do you want to do your player ratings first, Bertram?
So I'll say this. This has been a very good week, actually. We won last week. My Knicks are in the second round. They've been phenomenal so far this season.
Go Jalen Brunson.
Today. Yeah, we need a Jalen Brunson in Arsenal. Go find a Jalen Brunson, undervalued, and then playing at the Zenith. Raya, I'll give him a 6. He didn't have a lot to do. And actually, you got to be stronger on that goal that he gave up, even though the ref gave us that call. You got to be stronger. He looks like the kid from Spurs.
He's undersized, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, no.
Midget goalkeepers have problems, man. I'll tell you this all the time.
Well, they can play with their feet. That's why this modern football they can play with their feet. I'm gonna give
closer to the ground, man.
I give White a 7. I'm gonna give Saliba a 7.5. I'm gonna give Gabriel a 6 because he gave away a goal which Solanke didn't take. Sorry, that's really bad on his part. I'll give Tommy also a 7. I gave Partey a 7. Rice 8.5. Actually, Rice 8.5 is my man of the match. Actually, Odegaard 7.5. Saka 7. Trossard 7. This all
really? 7. You gave Trossard a 7?
That's a good question actually because he scored, and we were struggling before he scored.
If he doesn't score, let me ask the question. If he doesn't score, what mark do you give him?
5.
So
maybe 4.5
marks for a goal.
Maybe 4. So 6. Good point. 6. maybe 4.5. You know the funny thing about Trossard is Trossard reminds me sometimes of Haaland. He scores. He's our best finisher, but in the game, he's not a winger, Tony. He's not a winger. His problem is not a winger. It's very obvious not a winger.
Defensively,
offensively, but he puts the ball in the goal. So how do I keep him
if you put him in the positions in the box, he will score goals. But he's not a centre forward. He's not a winger. He's an
awful winger. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's more of a 10-false 9.
Before he scored, Tony, I was saying take him off, but
that's what they were saying. That's what Lewis and that was saying. Get him off.
I was like, Trossard, you're not. The last game was the same thing, but he scored the goal. He's scoring the big goals too. He's the one scored against Porto. He scored the big goals. So
yeah. You
gotta find a place for him. Havertz, I gave an 8. I think Havertz has been very good the last 2 games, by the way.
Yeah.
I think the more you watch him, so I'm getting to be a little bit more of a convert. His overall game is there, right? What kills you initially is the nonchalant way, but that's his style of running. But he's good in the air. He's a good hold-up player. He passes well. His finishing is not the best, frankly.
Defensively,
he works his ass off. Actually,
there you go.
He works off. I mean, watch him in the game. He's even marking the 10 almost in our box. Frankly, he gives a total game. He plays hard. He deserves the kudos he's getting now. And the laudatory comments he's getting because he's worked for it and he deserves it because we bashed it. Well, I bashed him, and I say we, beginning of the season, even to the whole first half of the season. And by the way, Tony, I have to call you up on this, Tony. Arteta, I give a 7. I don't give him the score that Gary gave him because you know what? You picked the same thing you picked the last time. There's nothing creative in that. We won the last time with the same team. you brought the same team in. Like, what did you do to deserve a 7? What did you deserve a 7? You didn't make any creative changes in the game, which was needed, frankly. You play the same team and like the
yeah, because if you don't change a winning team, it's the old adage in football, man.
Exactly.
It's like Raya not making any great saves. What grade do I give you? A 9 for what? Just doing the normal thing? No. So Tony said something I said about Saka, which is that Saka, what did Tony say? Saka, like I doubt Saka's ability, something like that question. I forgot. Gary kind of corrected you. Everything on Saka, as Gary said, he doesn't go right. And when you play football, people, you have to be diversified in what you put on the field. I can't just go inside 24/7. If you're smart, like Ake does with him, some other players with him, I just get some help inside and my game is over. The day is over. Porto did that. I can't do that for Man City. You have to be able to go right and go left.
But didn't Saka score against Man City in the first game?
I can't recall actually.
I love the selective memory there.
Guys, I've said this, right? Saka's stats are off the chart. Saka's players not being off the chart.
Yeah,
you go watch the game. It's not like Trossard though. He's better than Trossard, but Trossard plays not off the chart. His stats, look at Trossard's stats.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? So we do want both, right? Because we do want both. And we gotta have both, and we demand both. But Saka's stats are phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's about 20 goal involvement in a 30-something game season. That's phenomenal for a player.
Yeah.
And with that statue, frankly. And doesn't have any speed either. Can't run by people.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing, Bertram, is, I had this conversation yesterday with somebody in an Arsenal group. And it was simply to do with Thomas Partey. But it can easily be taken about Saka, People talk about how good Jorginho is, but you can never find a highlight video of Jorginho. Yeah? I could find you a highlight video of Thomas Partey, him dropping shoulders, him doing it in La Liga, week in, week out. I can never find that on Jorginho, either at Chelsea or here at Arsenal. And that's not to say he's not a good player. But when you do certain things in a game, drop a shoulder, turn 3 players, deliver a 30-yard ball on a dive, you can put together a whole host of video content of the qualities on Thomas Partey. The same can be said about Bukayo Saka. Even if you take out the fact that he doesn't do certain aspects of wing play a lot, I could go away and I could find you highlights of him turning men to the right, driving around and finishing with a right foot shot. And I know what you're saying about it being a swinger, but I could find the highlights and I could put together a video of his highlights because he has more than enough footage of goals and assists.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I would say this, though. The question is, because we talked about certain players in certain teams, like a Gibbs White, for example. Mm-hmm. Look at Havertz at Chelsea and Havertz at Arsenal. The way you play, the opportunities you create, the way you move, the way the team is set up, facilitates and help my game, enhance my game, right? So the question is, could somebody else come? And we haven't given Nelson enough chance to see what he could do on the right. He haven't got the most opportunity, right?
Yeah.
But with a Neto, for example, and we know he's injury prone, so we're not going to buy him. How would he do inside that Saka position on the right? Because he just goes by people like a joke.
Yeah.
Right? The question is, what I love about Saka is, and his best attribute to me is the decision making. When do I pass? When do I shoot? When do I move inside? When do I go? Those to me are good decision making. He's a smart kid. It's very obvious. His intelligence is great, but I'm not sure his physical attributes are great. His intelligence is great, and his production is great. I'm not sure about his physical attributes.
Okay, let me caveat, because when you say physical attributes, that's possibly one of his greatest strengths is his physical strength. You sound muted. I don't know what's happening. You sound muted.
I pressed mute purposely because I'm probably going to put my foot in my mouth. So I pressed mute by mistake, by the way. No, I think he's a strong kid and durable. What I mean,
that's a giraffe in him.
So a Leo or a Neto just runs by you, right? Speed. A Doku turns you 360 ways, you just give up. I don't know what to do with him. Saka is there. He gets the ball. He slows it down. He looks inside. He looks outside. He jockeys. Then he may pass it inside or he goes inside. We also got to realize also the team around him facilitates the game. So when Partey plays, he gets more one-on-one versus when Odegaard plays. Because Odegaard plays a very short. They play with White in the little 3 mix there. That's all they do. It's 2 yard, 3 yard, 5 yard. When Partey plays, he goes deep first.
Yeah.
He doesn't go for the 5 yard pass all the time. So
he goes past Odegaard. He plays that direct ball.
So my problem with Saka then, when he gets that ball that deep, Tony, make the defender commit. Commit the defender. Make a decision, defender. You either tackle me or I go by you. He doesn't do that. Right? You gotta be instinctive sometimes versus just stick to the script 24/7.
Yeah.
But look, you can't argue with the stats.
Yeah.
The question to be asked though is, should Palmer replace him in the England team? That's the question to be asked.
That'd be silly, man.
All right, boys and girls, it's my turn. So my joy, my ecstasy at my team is going to be reflected in my high scores. The team does pick itself because they're the best players. There's
At the
no
moment,
doubt
at this
in my
precise
mind.
moment.
Well, no, they're 10 of the 11 best players. Because Timber is injured, and Timber is one of the best.
Yeah, true. Okay, so David Raya, I kind of have to agree with Bertram a little bit. He just does what he has to do. He hasn't had to go out of his way. He could be a little bit stronger. He is an undersized keeper, but hey, he kept another clean sheet. So I'm going to give David Raya 7.5.
What did I give David Raya? Do you remember?
Sorry?
Back up.
What did I give him? I can't remember what I gave him.
Wait.
You gave him a 7.
Wait. First of all, you know what we're going to do
Oh,
next
there
year?
you go.
We're going to do next year. We're going to have grading criteria. Here are the things that you need to consider when you're grading a person. Because I have no idea. I get 7.5 from what? He didn't do anything.
He kept a clean sheet.
But
He didn't have a shot to face, though, did he?
Wait. It's 5 average because AFT.
No, I'm not going with the AFC. I'm not going with their average.
Average is 6, right?
I'm not going with the average. He muted himself again.
No, average is 5 people. It's 10 we grade that up, not 12.
That's a half mark. For me,
dear.
the grading starts at 6, and then you go from there.
Right.
So I grade differently then because I start with averages is 5.
Yeah, but that's because you're American.
Well, then if you're averaging at 5, then Trossard should have got a 6.
No, because Trossard was 4 plus 1.
You said 5 just now.
I know.
You said 5 just now. But then you made it to 7 because he scored.
I changed it. Tony gave me some more information I should consider, and I did.
Yeah, but Tony said to you that what would you give him if he didn't score? And you said 5. Now you just changed the 5 to a 4.
No, I understand you guys are great. No.
Tony, this is like talking to Joe Biden, bro.
Okay, guys, back up. You guys said average is 6, so I have to change. That's why I get her 4.
No, I said the average is 6. You said the average was 5.
So I'm saying based on your grading, it has to be. Can't be a 5. But anyway, go ahead, Tony.
Anyway,
Ryan gets a 7.5. What?
Yeah, I like
really,
my
Tony?
keeper.
I'm gonna challenge you too, like you challenged me. Really, Tony?
I like my keeper. Anyway, Ben White gets. I'm giving Ben White 7.5. I'm giving Saliba 7.5. Gabriel 7.5. Tomiyasu.
Wait. Even Gabriel's mistake that he made, which should have cost a goal.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he kept a clean sheet. Okay. Tomiyasu gets an 8. Partey gets an 8. Rice gets a 9. Odegaard gets an 8.5. Saka gets an 8. Trossard gets a 6. Havertz gets a 9.5. He's my man of the match. Arteta gets a 8.
So you gave Havertz the man of the match.
Yeah.
Over Rice.
So did I.
Yeah.
I gave Havertz man of the match as well.
I thought it was great, but Havertz to me was far more effective in overall play. He should have had 2 assists. He should have had a goal, at least 1.
Yeah, but Rice was coming from deep. Rice should have 2 goals. Rice should have 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah.
Right? He's coming from deep. He's playing the 8 and he's in the box. That's why he scored the first goal. He scored. And he also missed one, which he should have put away.
Yeah, but when the pressure was on and you turn around and Havertz is there making a tackle, making an interception on the edge of our box.
He played well, but I thought
that's why he got my man of the match.
No, in the last 2 games he's played really, really well.
You know,
like he's been playing well for the second half of the season, frankly.
Yeah.
He deserved what he's getting.
Yeah, he does. I could not be more pleased with his contribution to this season. And as I said, I honestly don't think we would be where we are at today without him, because I don't think we're competing at this point in the season with Gabriel Jesus. I know we did it last year. We were amazing last year, sorry, with Eddie Nketiah coming in when Gabriel Jesus got injured. But I'm being honest, I don't think that worked this year.
I think what happens is Rice is a more center forward than Jesus. So what do I mean? It's physicality.
You mean Havertz?
I mean Havertz. Sorry, not Rice. Talk about Rice. But he's upfield a lot, but he's also downfield. Jesus is downfield a lot. He's not upfield a lot, frankly. He wants to play the 6 or the 8, the 9.5.
Jesus wants to play the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, and the 11.
Because Havertz wins a lot of air ball, right? A lot of balls in the air he wins. He holds the ball up well. He's much more physical than his stature suggests.
And let's be honest, we've beat both Man City and Liverpool this year. Havertz was instrumental in causing their centre-backs, who are 4 of the best centre-backs in the world, an absolute nightmare.
And let's not also forget that this is first season for Kai Havertz and Declan Rice in this Arsenal team. So they're going to grow with the team. They're going to get better and better and better. So next season they should be looking to improve on their numbers from this season.
So here's the question: would you sell Partey?
No.
Tony?
No.
I would manage Partey's workload so he's not playing in the games he doesn't need to play in. If you've got Bournemouth and then Man City, he rests for Bournemouth, he plays against Man City.
Hey Gary, we're gonna protect Partey is to manage his age, and you can't do that. That's gone.
Well, I did say that when he was running, he was 79 years old and he got caught. But listen, even at 79, Stan, he's still got the brain on him.
Yeah, no, it's funny watching him at Atletico Madrid. Watch him now, where he stretches. A lot of time he stretches now. He doesn't have the ability to recover. He just stretches. That makes him, and old legs find it really hard to get up to speed. But he's a brilliant footballer. He's just a brilliant footballer. He's a brilliant footballer. So yeah, it's interesting. I do think that I wouldn't sell Partey either. No way, no how.
For a year left on his contract, what are you going to get from him? 15 million? 10 million?
Yeah, not worth it.
Do we need 10 million?
Yeah. I mean, he's on big money as well, so he's not going to be cheap.
He'll take a pay cut. I mean, for next year, if we're not going to unless he stays fit for the entire season, we won't resign him.
I think if you manage his workload, and now you've got Rice.
I think you see out the last year. I literally think you just see out the last year and let him go on a free next year.
But the problem you face, Tony, is this, Trevi. Suppose someone becomes available who you really like, and is in the 6th position, like Zubimendi, for example, you may like. Guimaraes may be available because Newcastle has money problems. Well, they don't have money problems. They have FFP problems, not money problems. They don't have money problems. What do you do in that instance? Would you have to make a decision?
Is that with another penalty? Oh, wow.
When we're talking like this, it makes me feel glad that I'm just the fan, not the actual guy that has to make decisions.
I agree with you, Gary. I was thinking about that, my Gary, because all the players we have talked about who are all Arsenal through and through and may have to leave. Do we come root like Man City? Man City got rid of Sterling, Zinchenko, Jesus. We helped them win a lot of games, a lot of titles, and they just cut them. They just sold them. Do we do the same with Jesus, for example, and Zinchenko? Does that help us get where we are now?
I think we're at that point, Bertram. Yeah, I do think we have to now.
Zinchenko doesn't have a future unless he's going to be played in the 8. But I can't see that happening because it hasn't happened so far this season. And he's had the opportunity to do it now when somebody else will come back.
We do have Lokonga and Tierney to sell to, so there's more money there. At least 20 million each.
Absolutely.
Frankly. Yeah. Can sell Tierney to Man U. They could use it.
Yeah. Right, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Again, we always get pleasure when we see our great team win. we put the pressure back onto Man City now to go and win their next game this evening. We'll be watching with great hope that Wolves can do us a favour. With 2 games left, we shall see how we get on next week at Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams.
Well, that brings back memories, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure, man, you're going to come to derail our title aspirations, so we'll see what happens.
What, and hand the title to their noisy neighbours?
Hey, it's all about pride for them, right?
Yeah,
they gotta figure it out. They don't
Well,
care
if you listen to Ten Hag, they're the best team in the league.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's trying to protect his job, even though I think he's lost his job already. But he has to go out with a. I heard Ajax. I already have a contract for him on the table, so he has a job. He's not getting fired. The question is, can they pay him what he's making at Man U? That's the question for him. But no, they want to win. They want to win. They want to win. We just got to put away the chances, because today we missed too many chances.
Yeah.
Too many easy chances, not just missed chances, easy chances.
Should have been 4 or 5 in the first half, and it was a bit worrying at 1-0.
Yeah.
Because you think it's going to be one of them days where someone pops up with a goal.
Last week we gave away goals. This week we gave away goals. Meaning last week we gave them away so they scored. This week we gave them away because we didn't score them. Right? You got to put your chances away. So anyway, it's been good.
Gents, thank you very much.
See you later, guys. Have a good weekend, all. Ta-da.